All right, Darbo.
How was the Pebble Beach Pro-Am for you?
Good. I actually had a profitable week despite not hitting a winner.
As did I. As did I.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
DFS obviously not so much. Betting, that's where it's at. So that's where I invest most of my bucks, and it was a good one. So I'm going to need to get a bit more information from you so that I can figure out my stuff. I'm sure Scotty came through pretty nicely for you, which we'll chat about.
Yes. So I primarily do DFS, and this is kind of like, I think, the best dynamic between you and I. You can cover betting, I can cover DFS. That's more of my specialty, and betting's more of your specialty.
It's back 9 bets and sweet spot DFS. It's literally the two names that we have our like specialties in it. So up 2.1 units.
That's nice.
I love that you shout for some accountability. Here's the screen. This is the monstrosity of a card that I go through every single week. So at the top here, we've got all the winners. We had Jake Knapp come through for us hardcore.
That's
top
awesome.
10, top 20. He chipped in twice on 18. That made me quite a lot of money because he got the top 10 that cashed today when he chipped in. And then yesterday he chipped in for a top 5 because if he made birdie, he would have finished T5, which would have turned the plus 305 into plus 157.5. So a nice solid return. We would have lost a unit, but he didn't. And then Russell Henley chipped in on 18 as well today to cash a T19 in the top 20 market for a 2.3 unit investment to return 2. It was my biggest, I just laid it on the table there. 2.3 units invested,
because he's the Sex Panther.
He's the Sex Panther, and 60% of the time he's inside the top 10, 100% of the time. And today was 100% of the time. Thank God. 4.3 unit swing there, pretty quick.
That's awesome.
I'm going to lean into the good breaks that I got this week because those were 2 very big breaks there for sure. Could have had a couple, like Tom Hoagie could have made one more birdie somehow, and then I would have had a bigger first round leader each way. He came through for us in round 1. Tom Hoagie, top 20, Darbo. What did he finish? T12. If he just birdies 18, he's top 10ing this week.
I thought he was top 5 for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that.
This is what happens. This is buddy. Did I not see this? I saw it happen. And it is what it is. So, but other than that, Patrick Cantley came through as well, top 20. So shout out to him. Dirty little sleazeball making his way into the top 20 there last minute. So that was it for me. Nothing too crazy. I just had a nice week. We're down now 3.8 on the year after being down 6.8 just last week. It bent us over at the waste management. So nice to have a good reply to your question there. So how did your week go?
I had the potential to. Oh, let's put it this way. Thursday, I'm gonna just recap how my whole feelings were this whole entire week, because this is how DFS is. Okay. And I've tried to figure out some kind of internal feelings about how to deal with DFS, because it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday type of deal unless you're doing showdown. So like for me, Thursday came around and I put Scotty Scheffler in 134 out of 150 different lineups. So I create unique lineups, throwing as many bullets as I can out there to try to hit, one big winner, basically.
Yeah.
So I had a really good feeling that Scheffler was going to win this tournament. And then Thursday happened. And so when Thursday happened, and the fact that when you look at, you can put that up, that's fine. People can see what I'm doing. So this is, I haven't refreshed my page. That's how much money I won. And you can see the entry fee right here. How much money I put in. Now, I only put it up here just so you guys can see 69.75. Actually, that's a showdown, $1 showdown in there. So 68.75 is what I invested in the week. I played showdown all 4 rounds. I won twice and I lost twice. So I put $4 in and I won $3 because $1.50 or whatever. So yeah, so it was profitable. I made $20 basically when it comes to DFS.
Nice.
I don't put a lot of money in. You can see this is kind of what I do every single week. So
let's go.
I get to play with some house money next week. But yeah, Thursday, and if I'm being quite honest with you, throughout this entire week, I thought to myself, well, I even said this in my Tuesday and Wednesday night stream. I am dying on the hill with Scotty Scheffler. Like, I have such strong feelings about how good of a golfer he is. I know listen, and you made the joke last week or 2 weeks ago where you're like, wow, really going out on a limb. You said something about like how Darbo likes to talk about the best golfer in the world being the best golfer in the world.
That was this week, I think. Yeah. On Tuesday.
Yeah. So it's just like, but I just think I'm not going to use the Tiger comparison because I've always said, he's not Tiger Woods. He's Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah.
But I feel like Scotty Scheffler is able to win at any tournament. And I don't know what's happening with, like last week, what I was worried about was the left misses, and that's what happened. And he does have a left miss. That was something that was being talked about this week. Like, oh, this is something brand new. We've never seen this before. It's like, dude, if you watched him last year, he had the left miss. Like, what are you talking about?
It's
this
his
is how
only
I know
miss.
you don't
really
know.
Yeah.
When I'm about to say, this isn't regarding you, but when I see this on Twitter or whatever, and people are like, oh, I've never seen this left miss before. It's like, you want to know how I know you don't watch golf? By posting that. Yeah. So last week that was problematic. This week I'm like, there's no left miss that's problematic. And then Scotty was all over the place and he wasn't making putts. It was terrible. It was so anyways, I say all that because after Thursday, I just didn't want to watch golf anymore. I was
this was Scotty Scheffler's scorecard on Thursday, people. Those of you watching. It's nasty. Compared to today, look at the difference in just colors, Yeah. Crazy.
63 with 3 bogeys on round 4.
3 bogeys, 3 eagles, and shot a 63. Dude, that's people like also the argument that Scotty Scheffler can't take Rory on at his peak when Scotty's at his peak.
No one's touching Scotty.
It needs to be put to bed because he's explosive as shit. Like 3 eagles today, dude. Like that is.
And just remember the Byron Nelson, what he did there and what he did at the American Express. The guy can go low. Like there's he plays golf in every facet. Oh, a scoring fest. Yep. He can make enough birdies. A very difficult test like Memorial or, US Open is the only one that we have to, wait on to see what he's going to do. But
dude, it was so interesting because we were checking Scotty Scheffler out for Showdown. And then the whole week I've been having my settings for the Showdown settings as easy and medium conditions, like anything under par. If you take a look at like the moment you switch him to hellish, like easy and medium, 2.5, 3.2 he's gaining on average, but hellish is gaining 3.2. And that's when like conditions are over par. And that's when Scotty Scheffler shows the hell up. So still hasn't won a tournament on True Power yet, Darbo.
Yeah, that's a conversation we can have. I mean, True Poa. Why don't we think that the Procore is True Poa?
Because there was bent involved as well.
Bent in the greens?
I don't know. It's just there's bent. It's bent Poa. It's not Poa.
So bent Poa, like the Procore, is different than bent Poa at Memorial. Or bent Poa at, I don't even know if Travelers would be one, bent Poa.
Yes.
Because I was looking at this, I think when you brought it up, and I was like, I'm considering Procore as a California Poa course.
I am not, although I definitely thought it was Poa when I first it's a technicality, but overall that's only one of his wins then of the 20. Right. It's still a significant outlier when it comes to his success he's had. He's going to leave Florida swing with like at least 2 wins.
Yeah, I'm looking up right now the Procore. That's why I'm looking off to the side.
Yeah, no, it's bent Poa. It's a technicality, Darbo. Don't worry about it. But I
went to school for golf management. Like agronomy was a part of my teaching. So there's this thing I can speak to this.
Study your stuff quickly.
What's that?
Study your stuff, get your information figured out, come back to me with an answer. But I think he's unsinkable, man. He's unsinkable. He was done. He was so far behind, and then like when he needed to as well. That 15th wedge, the wedge he hit on 15. I think Trevor also mentioned that thing bounced hard. That was a slam dunk tap in birdie for him. If that green received the ball, how all the other greens had been doing so far. But I wonder if that green was just hard all the time, all week. But that resulted in a bogey. That was a 2-shot swing. Colin might not even have got into a playoff if Scotty Scheffler did that, So
I know. I like that you put the chat up here. This is great.
Yeah.
The chat's on the screen because it's also showing on my screen too over on the right.
That's what I figured. So that way we can have the chat involved. The chat's rocking. Shout out to the chats. I'm not going to pull up too much of your guys' stuff maybe as we speak about certain things, but
let me make a quick statement here. For everybody watching my chat, that's on my chat, I even said this, go comment over on Byron's because then it pulls up. You guys can still comment over on mine. Whenever I look to the right over here, this is me looking at my chat. But if you want to see it on the screen and you want it pulled up so both of us can talk, otherwise I'm texting in my chat. If you didn't know, I don't know if you ever watch mine back, but I chat with the people in my in my stream by texting, like by keyboard.
Yes. David's asking for me for a Morikawa apology. So I might as well while we're at it, Joe. David, here we go. I am an idiot. I should never have thought that because someone's odds have gone backwards to be the worst they've been in years. He's the only odds that were longer than this week's odds for Colin Morikawa was when he showed up in 2019. Like, his odds have never been higher than they were this week, and this was the week he won.
Oh, okay, because it's David Miller a Morikawa truther, or what happened? Can you give me some backstory here? Why is he demanding apologies?
I've been very staunch in my stance against people betting Colin Morikawa regardless of the number. There's multiple instances where you can go back and find me saying I'd only bet him at like 100 or 200 to 1. Okay. But he played fantastic. And I have a little article out there on X that is called the Colin Morikawa Conundrum. The Kawa Conundrum. When he gets into contention, why has he not been winning lately? And it's when the putter goes cold. And he won by a shot today. And I think he gained 1.5 strokes putting on Sunday in contention in the final group. And that was the difference. Yeah, today he gained 1.6 strokes putting. So he made some important putts. He made some really good 10-footers down the stretch. I will say he got ridiculously lucky. 15, he made birdie. I think he fires at their flag just like Scotty does from the middle of the fairway, and it bounces over potentially. No, he hits like a sclaffy fade down the side of 15 that flies past the tree. I don't know how it didn't hit the trees there. Flies through them, over them, around them, under them, whatever, into the rough. Fine lie. I think, what did Dottie call it? It was wet, thick and wet, or long and wet, or something. It was like, it kind of reminded me of a fart, like the lie he had, the way she was describing it. Then he hits it on the green barely and makes the 30-footer. That was the hole that won him the tournament, I think, because he could have easily, he gained over a stroke putting on that one hole.
I didn't watch, so I'm sorry I can't provide any feedback because I don't have I don't even know what was it being, what channel was it on? I only watched ESPN featured groups. CBS. It was on CBS.
You don't watch on Sunday?
I watched just a Scotty Scheffler featured group, and then I just paid attention to the leaderboard. I do have CBS. I just forgot about it. I forgot to even watch. So, like, my family has shared accounts. I literally don't spend any money on watching anything because I don't watch anything ever. I don't have any subscriptions to anything. So my family does, and so I'll use those. And so they have CBS, and that's what I forgot that I could watch it. It's been a while since I've actually watched golf on a Sunday or had the ability to. I've been traveling a lot.
If we are going to recap a show on a Sunday night, I'm kind of expecting you to watch some fucking golf, dude.
But I'm paying attention to it on PGA, like on the leaderboard.
Okay, fine. So long as you have some sort of understanding. I'm not telling you what's happening all the time. But Colin, 3 birdies in the final 4 holes. Then on 17, he hits it left, and it misses the hazard by feet, and it bounces backwards. It landed and then bounced back towards where the ball come from, instead of potentially continuing its trajectory towards the hazard. And if he doesn't get up and down for the 4 there and gets up and down for a 5 because he had to drop, he's in the playoff. So there were 2 very important moments down the stretch that he kind of found his groove. But he putted much better than normal. I mean, he didn't even gain. He gained half a stroke today. That's all he gained on approach. That's it. All pretty much came with the putter, which is not how he typically gets it done. That's what lets him down. And this was his first top 5 since the API, when he should have beat Russell Henley and lost strokes putting that day again. Missed a bad one, down on that par 5, I think, at the API, which is in 3 weeks' time. That was his last top 5.
Wow.
A tournament's that happening in 3 weeks' time. 49
I
weeks
haven't
ago.
been keeping track of Morikawa, so I'm glad that you provided that information. I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, it's been very bad golf, man. So like the fact that he just shows up, his first top 5 in like 12 months, 11 months, and wins it, when this leaderboard was like, at the end of the day, it wasn't like it's Minwoo Lee and Sepp Straka who really gave him the run for his money. Like Scotty gave him a good run, but he posted a number, man.
Mm-hmm. It kind of goes to show, like I said, I think the last time we streamed, it was these golfers on the PGA Tour are good enough to win. Each one of them is good enough to win. And obviously, Colin Morikawa had the pedigree. I mean, he still has the pedigree. He just, something happened where he just kind of, fell off of his trajectory that he started his career with. I would not. I mean, I was building lineups towards the end just to see if I could have built a lineup that would have had Scotty in it with any of those guys at the top that I could have still taken down the $5 GPP. Yeah. And Morikawa's name showed up once, and I'm like, I would never have played Morikawa. Even like I knew he was winning the tournament, or he was going to win the tournament, or maybe it was after he won. I forget. But I'm still thinking to myself, like, I would never play Morikawa, not at this event.
Dude, look at what he did yesterday. He gained almost 7 strokes on approach. He shot a 62 and didn't gain a single stroke putting. Didn't lose any strokes, but to shoot 10 under par without gaining strokes putting is like flush a city. And he's very capable of this, but he hasn't done any of this shit.
Hey, hold on. Wait a minute. You're saying not gaining on putting? Am I seeing something different on your screen?
Yeah. This is 0 strokes gained putting in round 3 when Colin Morikawa hit 18 of 18 greens.
Oh, round 4 stats are up top. I see. I'm sorry. I'm like, why is that showing?
There we go.
Okay.
They should change it to do that. But anyway, yeah, I mean, look at these. He 3-putted 10. He hit every single green.
That approach number. Okay, this is where reading strokes gain stats matter here. Plus
okay,
6.
We are not getting down a wormhole here, Darbo, on this.
No. But plus
it's still a very good round.
Means you hit the ball so close to the hole that one missed putt inside 8 feet, just one missed putt, because you're hitting it so close to the hole, you're not going to gain or lose. So this makes sense to me. His iron game was so good, so he didn't have to gain on putting.
No, he didn't. It was incredible. I mean, in fact, he could have freaking he 3-jacked and still shot a 62. So it was an incredible round. But I mean, that was the 10th best like approach round in ShotLink era. You know, like.
Can I let me pick your brain here? These greens are the smallest greens on tour, right?
Yes.
This course isn't that long.
No.
So technically, the reason I wouldn't have played Morikawa is because of weather. Weather happens at Pebble Beach all the time. And like Morikawa isn't that great in the wind, right?
Seemingly.
But
That's what people
when
say. But I mean, he's been actually playing pretty solid in the win lately, I'd say.
and I'd have to look into it a little bit more, just off of just surface level, analysis. I just don't think Morikawa with the fade, because he can't hit a draw, with the fade that he typically hits, a fade gets gobbled up by the wind more so than a draw. I'm not saying it hurts a ton where it's going to matter a big much or a big ton, but like he hadn't been playing great enough golf to even like consider. Like this looks like that Open Championship where there was no wind, where he was just able just to hit it super close. It was an iron game. It was just a wedge game for him. And obviously his pedigree is really good on approach. He's one of the best approach players of the entire PGA Tour,
Oh yeah. Of our generation for sure, and he's kind of regressed a little bit, I'd say, from like what he was peak Colin, like he was so dialed and he was much better from further as well, like 200 plus. But there's no surprise that he was going to do this kind of, not like this, but I'm not shocked that he's playing well on a wedge course with the first 3 days being pretty calm.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, the first 3.5 days.
Yeah.
Like this morning was barely windy, man.
Which makes Thursday's Scotty's round even that much worse.
Dude, anytime I open my big mouth about anything significant, like I said, okay, Scotty Scheffler's been like gaining 3.8 strokes in round one for 2 years now. The next 2 Thursdays, he goes and like doesn't break par.
Wow. Are you putting a hex on him? Is that what's happening?
Why would you not bet Colin Morikawa? Like, why? His odds are worse for a reason. Now you don't have to go betting because his numbers worse. Goes and wins because he has a 10th best approach game like in a single round ever. So it's just variance is so intense in golf right now, man. But I don't know. Minwoo Lee, he gained what in round 4? He gained 4.8 strokes putting. Scheffler gained a million. He lost 1.6 strokes around the green today.
That's crazy.
And shot 63. Gained 7 strokes on the field. Like, it's insane.
Was it just the one chip? Can you go to his scorecard? I'm very curious.
Yeah, it must have been a bad one. Oh, he hit 4 bad chips, dude.
I saw the one on 15, and honestly, the one on 15 wasn't even that bad. He did miss that putt, which is obviously not good.
That was bad, yeah.
But like that chip
missed a couple.
Yeah.
It was 14, just fractional, really.
Yeah, 14 didn't matter. 14 didn't matter at all because he made birdie.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Yeah, not that big of a deal. I was just curious as to how that looked.
Yeah, okay. I was expecting like a double chip somewhere or something like he was doing at the Waste Management, but
just shows you how fickle and fragile these stats are.
I know, man. This is insane to see. Like, for the approach play to be this bad for Scotty, he hit 11 greens around Pebble.
He did look bad, dude. He looked so bad.
And then he shows up. Yeah, he's 4th. This is the 8th straight top 5 in a row, man. What?
That price tag is so perfect for him. I don't know why, but I love the $14,000 because in my opinion, this is like perfect for DraftKings because it's like you have to make that decision. Now, guess what? You could have built a Scheffler lineup this week. Super easy. That would have taken down the $5 GPP. Super easy.
Have you got that? Have you got that pulled up?
Didn't have to win. Yes, I do. I have that.
Okay. Is it pulled up?
I will.
I love this part of the show, by the way. You pull it up while I vamp some.
Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put in 49.6. And let me bring back that contest that I had for DraftKings. Okay. Here's the winner. C Gage scored 736 points. Now, I actually put that in my spreadsheets. This is the old school spreadsheets that I'm trying to get away from, Byron, but I can't ever seem to get away from it.
No, it's okay. That's
right here.
DNA.
You can see this lineup for that GPP is right here. Guess Patrick Cantlay was in the GPP winning lineup, dude. Patrick Cantlay. I saw this and I was like, I gotta say it to Byron.
Yeah.
But just to flip through, just to show people, this is that lineup: 736. used 49,900 of the salary. So those that love to leave a lot of money on the table, continue to watch my shows on Tuesdays, and I'll continue to show you don't have to leave a lot of money on the table in order to win a GPP. Just make it easy on yourself.
Yep.
So I have 2 sweet spot optimals. One is following the bucket system, which is highlighted in green right here. So it would be a Morikawa, Sepp Straka, Min-Woo Lee, Scotty Scheffler, Rio, and Nico Echeverria.
Nico.
That lineup scored 751 points. 751. And I could use the optimizer to show you how this all works out. Just hit yes for Scotty, run the optimizer. This actually is going to show the better. This is going to be 751.5, I believe. Yeah. Okay. So this is the other one that uses Tom Hoagie, by the way.
Oh.
I know. So I guess I'll skip to this one. This is what I will put in the database as the sweet spot optimal, because this is the best lineup that uses $49,600 of the salary and above without any buckets. I'm not adding any buckets to this lineup.
It is just optimal.
Yeah. I want people to see you don't have to leave a lot of money on the table to take down a GPP. This one scored 751.5. I think if I run optimizer again, I should get the Nico lineup. I did it. Otherwise, what I'll do is I'll just add the bucket conditionals in there. Yeah, here it is. So there you go. 751. That is the second most, it's the second best lineup, but this has Scotty Scheffler in it. Scotty Scheffler. And honestly, Byron, if you're trying to build a lineup that uses at least $49,600 of the salary and above, so I'm not even anchoring Scotty. Scotty's going to show up. Scotty's going to be in the lineup. So it's like, yeah, there you go. It was the one that I showed you with Hoagie. So that is the best lineup that uses $49,600 of the salary and above. Nobody else, not a balanced build. Scotty Scheffler at $14,000.
Colin Sepp.
Yeah. You see it on the screen. I wanted to do this as a trivia. Do you know who the highest scoring person was this week? It wasn't the winner.
Ooh.
It was Sepp Straka. Sepp Straka scored 4 more points than Colin Morikawa.
Dude.
And Colin got the first place points on DraftKings.
What was Sepp's deal? What made he had one?
Lots of birdies and bogeys, baby.
Streaks.
Birdies and bogeys.
He had a streak in round 4, had a streak in round 3, he had a streak in round 2, and no streak in round 1.
Okay.
But bogey free in round 1. So, I mean, just so many bogeys.
Bonus
3 in round 4, 3 bogeys in round 3, 2 bogeys in I bogeyed a par 5. So, I mean, it made a lot of bogeys too, man. Do you want to chat about Akshay for a second as well?
Sure.
No, let's first continue chatting about what we're seeing on the screen now.
Okay.
Explain what your thought process is with all this stuff here still.
This is just a review of last week. I review every single week. I want to know how well the sweet spot process did. Obviously, if you follow my channel, I go with buckets and everything. Normally you would see this little section here full of let me just go and grab it. This is what the engine looks like, Byron, of the optimizer. It's all the way over on the right side. If you want to dissect it, if you want to deconstruct it, you certainly can. But it would have projections like this. So obviously on my Tuesday night streams, I build lineups for everybody. When the tournament is over, I come back into here. I figure out what the optimal lineup is, the sweet spot optimal. The GPP is already given to me by DraftKings, obviously.
Yep.
But then I'll also try to theory test some other things, So this week, here's the thing. I've noticed this before, and I get bothered, but that I can't remember these things at times, and I don't write anything down ever. Like you and I are going to talk about this. Yeah. I'm going to get off stream and not remember what I was talking about.
Ooh, okay.
But I'll remember this at some point in time. So with these bucket conditionals that are in here, this bucket right here, the last week 6 bucket, this is golfers who didn't play last week. So again, you don't need to know this. I'm telling you what these bucket values mean. But a last week 6 means no one played last week. And I actually have this up on my cheat sheet. I was looking at this earlier, and the thing I forget to do every single week, this is a Scotty rule. Like my viewers, they know that there is a Scotty rule. I always bring it up. Again, I always forget about when I build my own lineups. I don't know why. If you think Scotty Scheffler is going to win, here's bucket 6. These are all the golfers in the last week bucket 6. When we look at this, if it was an odds board, what's the likelihood Rory performs better than everyone else? What's the likelihood Tommy Fleetwood performs better than everyone else? It's high, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously golf, there's going to be some of these golfers in between that are going to play well, but Tommy did finish third or finish fourth. Was it third or fourth? I can't remember.
Fourth.
He was up there. Rory was also up there. The only person that you really, truly could have grabbed from this bucket, I think, was Keegan and Shane. Shane or Keegan?
Shane,
now,
definitely.
I know Patrick Cantlay was in the GPP winning lineup, but he wasn't paired up with Scotty. And this is my whole point. If you're playing a Scotty lineup, this bucket I need to look at and go, is Rory going to be the guy that actually represents this bucket inside the top 10? Because if anyone out there doesn't know, I look at top 10s a lot. You know, I only care about top 10s. I'm trying to build lineups to get all 6 of my guys inside the top 10. So what's the likelihood Rory finishes inside the top 10, Tommy versus everyone else? If it's high enough, this bucket no longer becomes a 1. And this is what the optimizer does. It's automatically going to pull someone from that bucket. If I'm building Scotty lineups, this should be a 0 because both Scotty and Rory or Fleetwood, they can finish inside the top 10 together. And it doesn't mean that you can't play them.
You can't play them together.
But those projections I create every single week are still successful because Rory, Tommy represented that bucket. He finished 4th. Where did Rory? Okay, he was 14th. He was inside the top 10 at some point in time. Yeah. But Fleetwood is my one guy that I need, that satisfies that bucket. And it's me telling everyone, you want 1 to 4 guys. I mean, there's Shane Lowry there as well. So Shane also shows up. Did Keegan? I can't remember. Keegan was up there at some point.
Keegan finished 29th eventually. It was a bit of a meltdown from him.
This is a better way to look at this going through here. Here's all my 6s. So there's Shane and Fleetwood. So I had 2 guys. Remember that projection was 1 to 3, 1 to 3, 1 to 3. So the projection was perfect. So yeah, Byron, I like to go through this and I was right with Scotty Scheffler. I knew I wanted to play him. I knew that was the right choice. Even at his price tag, I knew it was the right choice. Yeah. Why could I not build a lineup that would have just smashed? I built 134 Scotty Scheffler lineups. Now I did profit. I'll throw that out there. I did profit. But why couldn't I just you
can find the other 5 guys. That's the hard part. It's like you are spending, what is the average salary there? It's like $7,100, $7,200.
After choosing Scotty, you're saying? After choosing
those
Scotty?
other 5 names.
Here, that is an average of 7,200.
Yeah. I mean, that is not an ideal salary range, man. Like that, the variability in that range is like so high.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to find those guys. And you had 3 7K guys in this lineup, not the 3 6s like we've seen with other Scotty lineups that have to have cash. So I think I'm with you this week at Genesis now. I'm going to just load up on Scotty, and it's going to be really interesting because he hasn't finished top 5 at the Genesis before.
And that
just
seems
like the Amex.
So I've always said the Genesis Invitational requires a golfer that needs to shape the shot both directions, and usually Scotty's only hitting fades.
Yeah, you can hit a draw though.
Oh, he can.
He's the best golfer in the world, man. Of course, he can hit a draw.
But Byron,
predominantly a fade.
If we're thinking about this golf course, if you have to hit a draw, when people are that typically hit fades are forced to hit draws, especially like off the tee, that doesn't really translate. And if a guy has a bad miss to the left, like Scotty does, I'm going to have to see what his price tag is. If he goes back up to 14.4, 14.5, I'm really going to consider just starting in the 9K range. But if he's 14 flat, if he's anywhere between 13.8 to 14.2, and I know this is like splitting hairs, but this is like the difference of being able to put a $7,800 golfer in your lineup versus a $7,600 or a $7,500 golfer. You know, or even toying with the 8K range. Like if you wanted to put an 8K golfer in your lineup with Scotty, you can't really do it with 14.4. I did that last week or 2 weeks ago. When was the WM? Last week? Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
It doesn't really work that well. Now, this lineup here, obviously, 2 6s, 3 7s, and then Scotty, that works. But if you bump him up to 14.4, you got to drop Morikawa or Sepp Straka down to someone else, which is doable.
How would that have looked? Who would have been the guy?
I guess it would have been Keegan, right? So if we take out Morikawa, and we'll bring back Hoagie. Oh, I should have anchored Scotty in there. I think Scotty still gets selected.
Nico. Nico would have probably switched. You could have switched Nico out for like no.
That's true,
Nico
but I want to do something like this because I think, yeah, Nico works too, by the way. I think it's more realistic for us to swap out a 7K golfer because we probably aren't really going to try to swap out a 6K, especially. Well, I guess maybe it's not really splitting hairs from Hoagie to Nico because you probably think they're maybe one and the same, you know, like.
No, not entering this week. I mean, we both knew that we were going on about Hoagie's like course history like so much all week, man.
Yeah.
He's one of these course history guys that I'm loving what he's been up to this year, man. It's been actually a good resurgence for him. I saw someone mention that Collins had got a baby on the way.
Yeah, I saw that.
That
too.
is in my opinion, that's a death knell, famous last words.
Death knell.
At least for the first year, your life turns into a total disaster, man. So it's going to be really interesting to see how he handles all of that. But
this lineup could
also,
have won you, 7,000.
Cody mentions in the chat too, Scotty top 5 last year at the Genesis. Yes, that was at Torrey Pines. I'm saying at Riviera. And Tiger, I think, had a similar record, man. I don't think he'd ever won it, and I don't think he'd ever top 5'd at Riv. At a course or something. I might be wrong on the top 5 thing, but he definitely didn't win it, which is absurd to think about. Like at that kind of a ball striker's paradise, for him not to show up is insane.
It is very interesting that you mentioned that. That has my wheels turning inside my head right now because I don't know what to do with that information. Like
I would do nothing with it because I think we just saw exactly what that kind of information means to him. He's a bulldozer, dude. If you put any sort of statistics in his way, he'll just flip and steamroll it. And we saw this at the Amex. That's all you need to know. He'd never finished inside the top 5 at the Amex before. Won that thing handsomely. Let me get this out of the way. Oh, that's fine. We can see stuff still.
I think I'm kind of with you. I think it is. I'm not going to be afraid to play Scotty. Like if I look at all these golfers, Rahm hits a fade. Neiman kind of hits both directions, I think.
Yeah.
Homa in 2021
fade.
I think was hitting both directions.
No, he's like a fader, man.
Scotty hits both directions. This is what I'm saying about ball striking or shaping shots both directions. Adam Scott, Bubba. They all shape them the same ways. Han hits a fade. DJ predominantly hits a fade. JB Holmes predominantly hits a fade. Back then, he was hitting a big fade. So yeah, I'm actually not that afraid to play a Scotty, you know, like despite his bad course history or
what is
bad.
Pull up Scotty's stuff here for the Genesis, strokes gained or whatever, like whatever we think we can find, like what has been his problem at Riviera? Like why, I guess we're transitioning to kind of a preview type situation here at some point, but
well, okay. Before we do, I guess, yeah, we can, is there anything else left for Pebble Beach Pro-Am? Actually, let's pause because there's an Anthony Kim discussion to have too. And I'd rather talk about Anthony Kim before going into the preview of the next. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's do that. First, I definitely wanted to chat about AK for sure.
Is there anything left for the Pebble Beach Pro-Am? I will say this. I'm kind of in agreement, I think, with Pat when he said he wishes it was in summer. I kind of just don't care for this tournament being at this time of the year.
it's not fun. I mean, today was fun. That 63 from Scotty showed how good of a golf is in those conditions. You know, like, yeah, in the chat, if you guys want anything to chat about from Pebble, hit
Good
us up.
call.
So,
Yeah, anybody in my chat too, you can bring up some questions and I'll take a look.
So it's not fun seeing like that's why Colin thrived this week, man, is because it was just radar golf and for the first 3.5 rounds until we really got some juice today, and then it got fun, man. Like then it got really, really fun. Unfortunately, the weather has just completely neutered this tournament at this time of the year. There's not enough wind. There's only like one round a tournament where they actually really get boned, like at least in the last 2 years, for my recollection. And those are the best rounds to watch.
You like that?
It's when these guys like Ricky yesterday, that emotional support bottle, he needs to just punt it because it's not doing its job. Rio Hitsitsuni, he needs to go chat to him and figure out what the hell's going on there. He needs to put some sake in his bottle.
Yeah.
Rio Hitsitsuni is awesome, by the way. He's a fantastic personality. And he's young, 24 years old.
Oh, that was loud.
No, not for you. For me, it is fine. Okay, so someone asked about Knapp. We'll go up the chat here.
Okay.
I had Jake Knapp for top 10 and top 20. I didn't bet him outright because Jake Knapp's got like a Thursday. He's a Sunday slacker. If you take a look at his, I'll pull this up for us. Yeah. Jake Knapp on a Sunday. It's his worst stat, I think, in a round by round basis because he's like really, really good when it comes to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then struggles on Sundays. Let's go round one. Yeah. See if we can find Knapp quickly. There's Jake Knapp. On a Thursday, 1.5 strokes gained. On a Saturday, 1.1 strokes gained. On a Sunday, he's only gaining 0.2 strokes.
Wow.
Like, and it kind of shows in your percentages, you know, like he's been showing up a lot this year. This was his fourth straight 11th place finish or better this week. And he's been flirting with the top 5 like all week long. And then he kind of just gets to round 4 and then kind of hits neutral. And if we take a look at what Knapp got up to today, if it wasn't for the chip in on 18, he still lost 1.2 strokes today and gained 1.5 strokes on the final hole. So he's losing 3 strokes on Sunday again. You know, like he's one of these guys that like, I don't know.
Wow.
It's interesting because he's
filter
really
through the rounds? Can you click on 3, 2, and 1 just slowly?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at his off the tee stats. Okay, he gained a lot with a putter and approach there.
He's good on POA, by the way. He's a really good putter in general. Round 2, had a bit of a backwards day.
Pretty even though, like it wasn't that good on. Good with the putter. Everything else was just meh.
Chipped one in, and then round 4, he.
There we go. That's the off the tee that I was thinking that he.
Yeah. He's so good on. He's got so much power. Like hole 1 par 5 on Spyglass 336. I mean 371 on 14. I mean I know that's probably downhill or whatever, but I'm sure the ball speed on that was bananas. Like he is just. Oh, he's so good.
Yeah, that's his. I didn't think he was that good of a putter on. I mean, just in general, I guess. But that's where he's gaining all of his strokes. I would have imagined seeing his best rounds of scoring, whereas off the tee would have been anywhere between +1 to +2, like this round. But like. I guess I would anticipate ball striking to be over 2.5 for him to actually like do well, but his putting is way better than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's very impressive. He's a very well-rounded golfer. It just appears that he's inconsistent, man. And for those of you that are kind of just tuning into golf for the first time or haven't been paying much attention about people's lives, like Jake Knapp lost his girlfriend over the winter, a couple months ago. And that's, I think it was like to depression and suicide or something. I'm not entirely sure if it was exactly, but I think that's from the breadcrumbs I picked up. It seemed something like that. which is horrible. It is
Yeah.
truly, truly horrific, man. Like she would give him a kiss on the first, like walking off the first tee box, he'd go over to her and give her a kiss after his first shot of the day. You know, she was waiting there and for him to bounce back from that and just show up in 2026 and not have finished worse than 11th at the Sony, at the Waste Management, at the Amex, I think, wherever he's been playing. I think Farmers, he skipped the Amex. So impressive golf for him. And now he goes to Riv. And I love this golf course for him because he hits nice drives, man. And I think he can really wax it around here. But can he do it on Sunday? So we'll really lean into him a lot, I think, in the first 3 rounds, showdown and those kind of round leader things. But then I just said this with Colin Morikawa. There's no way he's going to win this tournament. He's at the worst odds he's ever been in since 2019 for a reason. Boom, goes and wins. You know, like you can't say that no one's going to do anything. It's just he's flirting with. He's consistent enough for him to get lucky enough to just break through somehow. He's won before on the PGA. I was on him in Mexico, and man, the wheels fell off like early, and he just like that. He brought that thing home with sparks flying, you know, everywhere. But we got it home, and he made some good putts and things like that. So I'm hopeful on Jake Knapp, and I think any thing you want to mention about Knapp?
I think it's very impressive what he's doing after the tragedy of his girlfriend. Like that is very difficult to process, and being on a golf course where you are there with your thoughts most of the time. I think he must have done enough because, I mean, he did take a lot of time. There were some tournaments that he could have played in the fall or he could have played towards the end of the season that he just didn't because of this. So I do think, you know, if he does get on the podium again, I mean, you're going to see Waterworks heavier than you've ever seen.
That could be such a cool story again.
Oh, I agree. And I thought he had an opportunity to do it this tournament, especially after his round 2 and round 3 performances. Well, I mean, round 3 wasn't super great, but he was up there, you know, like he had a chance to win.
We cashed him round 3 leader, man. Like he finished second after the 3rd round. He was like
his round 4 performances. I mean, is this a pressure thing? Is this a fatigue thing?
The interesting thing is it's round 1, round 3 that he like spikes over around average. And then round 2, round 4 is the clunkers relative to the other rounds, which to me thinks it's like a minor pressure thing because Friday is the day of the cut.
Mm-hmm.
And Sunday is the day you get paid, you know? So I don't know. It's hard to describe. Colin, over the last little while, on a Saturday has been losing strokes. On a Saturday, shot a 62 yesterday. So like, it is what it is. You know, this stuff all kind of can point you in the right direction until it doesn't. You know, until Scotty goes and does what he does on Thursdays, having the best Thursday stats ever. So it's variance. You just kind of got to stick with it long term in a weird way, or just decide that any data that is kind of showing you that's more recent to kind of just wipe away whatever else, especially early in the season after a layoff. I think this is the time to kind of really lean into like short-term data the most in context, you know.
How short?
I think whatever we've seen the last 5 tournaments. Like there's people like Rio hits at Saturday that freaking have just showed up and balled out. He's figured out how to putt. That was his biggest issue. He couldn't figure out how to putt, and he has now. There's guys like Nico leading into this week where he just got married or whatever and just couldn't make a cut. Nico Echeverria. Sam Burns has been playing like ass all year. He finally shows up this week, hitting flag sticks. On Saturday, he hit a flag stick so high up Darbo, and it went straight into the hole.
Did it really?
It hit like 3/4 up the flag stick and then went into the hole. Like
that reminds me of Tiger Woods golf.
Yeah.
You hit the flag. You hit the flag on the flag stick, and it just drops down.
Mm-hmm. That's what they were loving. So Mr. BMAX says, yeah, Tony's top 5 and top 10 numbers at the Genesis seem very crazy, pretty crazy at DK right now. High numbers in Valimaki. I think it's go time on Tony, especially at these kind of venues. He finished well today. Again, he was solo 18th on the leaderboard today. Tony Finau gained 3.3 strokes putting. He's got this new white putter now.
Yeah,
the mallet. This is the thing. This is the context I'm talking about.
This is the thing.
This is the context. It's like we're just saying, what has changed and why are these numbers different, right?
Yeah.
It's a new year. It's a new putter. And
Yep.
Tony Finau is putting well. What did he do this week? For the tournament, Tony Finau gained 8 strokes putting.
I don't know what to make of that. I'd have to dive into each hole and see. Did he snake some 50 footers? Like, I know there aren't 50 footers that are really you can really have at Pebble, but like, what kind of putts did he make? Because if they're long bombs, I don't really care. That doesn't mean you're a good putter. That just means you got lucky.
Two bombs today, but he gained heftily elsewhere as well, and then lost a couple too.
That 0.69 is a big bomb too, by the way.
Yeah, it is. It's a really nice bomb. Putting badly early on, and then found his groove on the back.
If you're not gaining more than 1 stroke on putting on a hole, that means every putt must have been inside 30 feet. So, like, we're talking about like 20 to 29, 28, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? Those are impressive.
This was the day he gained 5 strokes putting.
I mean, that looks really good. If you look
around Spyglass.
Oh, that was Spyglass. I mean, 0.8 is pretty high. Yeah, 0.1 or plus 1.04. That must have been a 40-foot putt, something like that.
The quarters he's gaining here is nice. What is that? What is a quarter stroke, Darbo? Is that like a 12-footer?
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. So just banging in 12-footers.
I mean, I don't know it off the top of my head.
It doesn't matter. It's roughly a 12, in that vicinity. It's outside 8 feet, obviously, right? That's that's 0. No, whatever. Either way,
yeah, no.
Tony Finau. I guess we're kind of just jumping into stuff here, but we're kind of vibing. So he's been like the last 3 years, he's top 20 at the Genesis Invitational. He's done it 4 of the last 5, and now he's doing this with the putter. He's not a very good wedge player. For him to finish top 20 this week is like really impressive, actually, because he's really not that good in that range. He's way better at Riv, where you're hitting long irons, taking care of his upside. And I also just want to point out to people, like, I don't understand, in a world where we got Scotty Scheffler that's constantly trying to win these tournaments, when you take a look at the best bets at Riviera, at the Genesis Invitational, I guess we can take out 2025 because that was at Torrey, but you're always seeing top 20s as the best bets, people. This is where you make the money. It's so much easier for a golfer to routine. Scotty Scheffler's finishing inside the top 10 pretty much every time he plays. Like that's one person, but all other good golfers can finish inside the top 20 like way more than you think. Like Max Homa is always finishing inside the top 20 at these kind of venues. It'll be interesting to see what he does this week, but like Victor Hovland, same situation. It takes all the way to Adam Svensson down here with 2 starts to show up with the top 10 as the top, and he's only top
Byron,
10.
Can you riff? Can you riff for a little bit? My nephew's calling me, and he's
sure.
Okay,
do your thing. So I'll just keep talking about the bets then, because this is like what you want to get after is the consistency, and that's why this week when I had all my bets, is we were rocking and rolling with top 20s and top 10s for the most part. Any outright we had was a top 5 as well, because you want to make sure that if you have a chance, you can get home with that. But at this course, and let's just go with who's in this field. I don't know. There might be a couple signature event guys that aren't, but Victor Hovland has been sensational around here because he just separates himself with the ball striking for the most part. We can see what Darbo brings up stat-wise at this course for him, but
He's been great. Scotty Scheffler at Riv, even though he hasn't like finished well, like top 20s are his jam, but I don't think I'm down to bet Scotty Scheffler minus 6,600. You know, that's going to be crazy. It'll be even worse this week. Patrick Cantley, though, top 20 again. Let's go. He loves this West Coast situation. I think we're definitely going to be going there. So Colin Morikawa has been a beast at this venue with top 20s. I don't know what his odds are going to be this week. We can actually pull it up at DraftKings right now and see. And kind of just do all of this as we rock and roll. Show isn't sponsored by DraftKings, but my other shows are, so why the hell not mention them? Here we go. Genesis Invitational. Top 5s and top 10s over here. By the way, they had these lines out on Saturday night last night. Saturday afternoon. So let's go top 20s if we can find those. Top finishes, including ties. He has a top 20. So Colin's going to be minus 108. I mean, to me, that's just like absolutely. Why not? Patrick Cantley, minus 114. They're doing it all the time, every single time. So I think Tony Finau, what were you chatting about with him? His numbers we're scrolling and where the hell is he? Yep. I mean, I'm going to bet this right now. While Darbo is just returning, yeah. Go smash that Tony Finau top 20 at plus 320. I don't understand why you wouldn't, because look at what his odds have been at this course over the last while. There's nothing worse than a plus 125, plus 180 in 2022, and he didn't finish top 20 that week. But we're seeing some stuff with the putter this week. I think the floor, at least with the putter, could be higher now. You know, it's typically been a big letdown for him where he's lost a lot of strokes putting.
I will also say putting, so putting has been Finau's bugaboo for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
If his putting is good, I can't imagine how much confidence that gives Tony Finau to play golf. Like, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to hit it super close anymore. You could just hit it middle of the green, and then you have the confidence to make those putts. Like this is two tournaments in a row where his putting's been good, right?
Yeah. Do you have stats from? I'll just pull it up here quick.
Yeah, I can do it too.
His last couple starts, he gained a stroke at the Waste Management Phoenix Open, and he was basically neutral at the Farmers. So the last three, he hasn't really lost strokes putting. Really, he lost like half a stroke over the 3 rounds at the Farmers. Finished 11th still because he gained 1 million strokes on approach, and the American Express also gained really nicely ball striking. I think at Riv, I mean, he could. I'm optimistic about Finau, man. There's a lot to like what's going on here now, because especially showing with some good results at courses, like this week, he's not supposed to play well here. It's a putting fest, which he putted well, and then it's a wedge fest, and it takes the driver out of his hands where he's got tons of distance. So I think Riv is like a perfect breakout period for Tony Finau. I think I'd probably bet the top 5 as well. What is the top at plus 340 for a top 20 is nuts. I think Tony Finau then is, Jesus, he's so far down here. Plus 2,400 for a top 5. 2041 for Tony Finau top 5 around here, and he's like starting to putt well again. They don't have his outright number out there, by the way, which is interesting. So the odds must be a little goofy there. I would go and I'm actually going to bet it right now. Anything else you have to say? Anyone in your chat asking questions? Someone asked about, hi guys, Paul. Hello, Paul.
I'll bring up a funny thing that my chat brought up, and actually it reminds me of a conversation that I had with that guy I keep telling you about that I talk from back home. Scotty Spot, the last 2 tournaments, Scotty has given the field 4 rounds of golf while he's only played 3.
Yeah.
The rest of the field needs 4 rounds of golf in order to compete with Scotty's 3 rounds of golf.
I would love to have transitioned that.
10 strokes is what he gave round 1 to Rio.
Yeah, we wasn't the ultimate winner, but still, that's
I know.
insane. Insane.
It is insane.
For the different courses, yeah, Paul, the way I'll model it, I just put in this course history for Riviera. I'm not going to, I do not care if you play the BMW Championship for the playoffs every year. Maybe that's different because it's a playoff event, but they play at different venues. I'm not looking for BMW Championship event history. You're looking for course history. So I'm assuming, that's not a problem for me. I'll just suck in the course history and call it a day. I'm not looking at event history. I will put in the Genesis last year as a recent result, but I'm not going to go too crazy about anything there. I'm excited. I'm excited for Tony Finau.
As am I. And I hope he isn't like too expensive. I hope he's like in the 7K range, because that would be amazing.
Yeah, I think he might, dude. He has Wheels Up saying golf may in fact serve as a sanctuary. Like, it could be the crutch he's leaning on, Wheels Up. I couldn't agree with you more, man. Some people find it as a therapeutic situation. If I'm playing bad golf, I want to like just cry sometimes,
I think the golf course. Go on. Sorry.
No, I think you were going to say some stuff.
I think the golf course, though, I mean, I have tried to escape to the golf course to at least distract myself from things that are going on. And it actually intensified it, because as I was on the golf course, my poor play, and it wasn't even that much that it was poor. It was like, I kid you not, I remember it clear as day. Hole 1's a par 5 on my local golf course that I can get to pretty easily. I hit a really good drive, hit an iron shot that missed the green, chipped up to a makeable distance and missed the putt. And right away, I'm like fuming. And I get to hole 2, it's a par 3. I hit it to about 12 feet and I missed the putt. And I'm like, my skin is crawling. So it can definitely, like, that whole round of golf, I think I played maybe 7 holes and quit because I just couldn't do it. Like, it was awful. It was terrible. It made golf less fun. What I ended up doing is I just went downtown and I just got a ton of sugar, because I was like, I'm going to try to manipulate the chemical components in my brain to make me feel different, because golfing was not helping.
No.
So to Wheels Up, and I know what kind of profession he's in, and he tackles the mental sides of things, but as a sanctuary place, it's a bit touchy. I think it can make you feel better about yourself, but I think you got to be playing just tremendous golf in order for that to actually happen.
I'll give my own example of how this happened. On Monday, we played golf, took the day off. It was like 60 degrees in Iowa.
Lucky.
So we went and played golf. I was having a very normal morning, expecting to have a very normal morning. Then our child wakes up and she's got pink eye. And everything that I had scheduled for the morning of the day I took off ended up turning into a visit to the doctor and then to the pharmacy, and then I get to the course last minute. But usually when these kind of things happen on like a day like that, your expectations are like super low.
Mm-hmm.
So then maybe you do play well, but apparently my game is not in good enough shape for those expectations to not get in the way of playing badly enough to shoot a 96 and want to just dive into the creek, like a couple holes in. I topped like 3 drives, Darbo. I couldn't hit the club face of the driver even.
Hold on. I want to tell everybody in the chat how impressive Byron is when it comes to hitting a ball off the deck. You hit a ball off the deck 296 on the simulator. Is that correct?
No, I did it in real life at.
No, I know you did. No. Your last post, you posted this on Twitter.
Oh yeah, the DOD.
I was looking at your numbers, and you had like 168 or 170 ball speed or something like that off the deck. It's insane.
I hit so much. My driver has so much spin on it, unfortunately. And that's the problem. Is that it's I should be teeing it up lower to give myself more accuracy. But since I got my Callaway drive, the triple diamond driver, I'm trying to tee it up high and hit up on it. And my whole mechanics have like completely changed. You know, I've never swung like this because we never had any analysis or metrics in college. Like any of that stuff, like no one's telling you that you're putting way too much spin on your golf ball with the driver. And I'm very handsy. You know, I don't like rotate and fire with my hips. It's more like armsy, and the hands do all the work to help lift it off the deck. One of my best DODs was the one at TCI where I dropped it in the fairway after hitting in the creek with the driver off the tee, and then ripped it almost 300 yards onto the green there. Remember? When you were with us. So
that's my jam too, and it goes straight. It's a piss missile. It is. It's impressive, super impressive. But you topping it, that must have been teed up, I'm guessing.
I mean, for me to top it, I mean, I did hit one off the deck into the wind at Legacy, fine-ish, and then I don't know. I had a stiff shoulder as well. It's whatever. Any other things in the chat here as let's chat about Anthony Kim.
I posted something in the chat from Ryan Henson. Ryan, I see you chatting. Those are lengthy chats that I'm trying to read while I'm also listening to Byron. So
I appreciate you, Darbo. Thank you.
Yeah. So I just posted in your chat if you want to pull it up on the screen quickly.
This one.
Yeah. So he asked, how do you guys feel about not playing Genesis last year? Do you think it might play a little harder being they were off from his course last? I noticed he's asking, do you ignore last year's, performance? Like not playing last year, don't include that in the tournament history. Do you think that's what we're getting at here? Am I reading that wrong?
Genesis last year played a little harder being the fact that they didn't play this just within 1 year doesn't make any difference. Like I see. These guys have their like yardage books and the caddies, and they've, most of them have played here many, many times. So I don't think the fact that they haven't played here in over a 2-year period is going to make any difference. They show up to these courses and just demolish them without even having seen them before. I mean, Nikolai Højgaard finished second at the Farmers a couple years ago, only having played 1-9 of the 2 courses out there before competitive golf as a Euro landing in America. Like if you got a good caddy, these yardage books are good enough. People will take care of it. I wouldn't be too worried. I would be careful to not lean into course history from Torrey thinking that it was the Genesis, because they're 2 very different courses. Although they're both very long, they penalize different things differently. I think you can get away with being a more errant driver at Riviera than Torrey. But
do you think so? Really?
So long as you accurate, like guys that don't hit it very far, I think they're going to be. I think distance
tree lined. The more of the holes on Riv are tree lined, whereas Torrey is not.
Let me think about this, because the penalty for missed. What is the penalty for missed fairway at Riv versus Torrey? Because I think the thick rough out there, it can just completely. That would be a tree. Whatever. Yeah, there's trees, whatever. We've been talking for an hour and 8 minutes. Of course, I'm going to say something that doesn't make any sense. Just ignore me there, people.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, if I say something out of pocket or out of line or whatever, you let me know too, and it's all good. But when I heard that, I'm like, I don't think that's right. So I just, that's the only reason I said that.
No, I've always just thought of like Torrey being like, just go mash drive as hard as you can around there.
Yeah.
Where Torrey Riv, it's kind of the same thing, but not as just You still got to like thread the needles through the trees and not just unleash.
I've had a lot of success with the Genesis Invitational. I think 2 years ago I won $1,800 on DraftKings because I was finding golfers that shape the golf ball pretty much both directions. Like, I think being in control of your golf ball is going to be way more important at Riv than anything else. So to contradict what you were kind of saying is, I don't think you can mash the ball. I understand Rom and DJ, JB Holmes, those guys were at the top of the leaderboard. Bubba Watson.
They're good drivers.
But I think it's getting yourself in the right position, and then if you are out of position, being able to shape shots to, get towards the hole. I think a lot of approach shots are probably, you don't have to worry about trees, but I think at least 6 to 8 holes do require you to
shape it,
kind of thread a needle to some extent.
Okay,
like 10 isn't one of those holes. I mean, you'll remember 10. Everyone remembers 10 at Riv.
Yeah,
you're
not even hitting driver there.
Most of the time you're not, but if you are, then you're worrying about going too far long. But anyways, I do think accuracy is going to be pretty important here, and I think like a Morikawa is actually a pretty good fit for Riv outside of back-to-back wins. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Okay. As we get out of this, I want to just clarify what I was probably thinking at the time of this comment. If you miss the fairway by an inch, or let's say 3-4 feet at the Farmers, that's the 4 feet is the semi-rough, and then you're in cabbage, like you're in thick shit.
Right.
Whereas Riv, the lie isn't going to be that different. You're not going to be able to stop it on the green as nicely as you could, but you're not going to be like as penalized for being just off the fairway here as you would be like for being even more off the fairway. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
But you gotta worry about that Kikuyu grass, that Kikuyu rough. We're gonna hear that.
On that stuff.
Put that on your bingo card and drink or take a shot every time you hear Kikuya this week.
Kikuya. I think this would be a great course for Anthony Kim, where he just, it was so fun watching him, Darbo. Did you watch?
I saw clips. I didn't watch live. No.
I was sitting and just watching. It was cinema because, full disclosure, I put $50 on Bryson to beat Rahm.
Okay.
I chose him as the winner, at plus 125. Rahm was the favorite at like minus 105, and then everyone else was like 50-1 or like 70-1. This was entering round 4. So I basically just thought it was going to be Bryson and Rahm just dueling it out. And Rahm hasn't done anything well on Liv. He hasn't won a tournament on Liv forever. And I was like, okay, Bryson knows how to win tournaments. Dude, Bryson was out of the tournament on the 4th hole. Like, he immediately just like, I think he hit like 1 green on the front 9 or something bizarre. He was so out of his element playing with Anthony Kim and Rahm, those 3. And Rahm was just not making birdies. He got stuck in like can't make a putt mode on a Sunday, which I think he's basically Fat Colin now, so thick Colin. And AK just couldn't miss down the stretch. It was sensational. He was doing old school stuff, hitting like 4 irons off the tee and then 6 irons into the green when Rahm and Bryson they were hitting it all over the place. It was insane. And the crowds were amazing. AK was like down the stretch, dude. He just got flow zone. When you're in the flow, it was that could be the best golf he plays all year. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I feel like watching AK do what he was doing, pumping up the crowd and stuff like that. That is how. Just imagine if you had like 10 guys like that on the PGA Tour who didn't always contend, but maybe maybe 3 times every 4 tournaments, one of those guys was up near the leaderboard, just pumping up the crowd, giving the Hogan, the chant. I can do it with my right hand. I can't do it with my left hand. I don't know why. There we go. Left hand. Given the let's hear it, like pump, whatever. Like how much more fun golf would be if that type of golfer or those types of golfers were on the PGA Tour, as opposed to the kind of just be quiet. I'm focusing on my shot.
I think it's got to do with what he was trying to achieve. Like for him, this was a statement. This wasn't like a business transaction. Whatever he made here didn't make a difference to him. He needed to prove to himself that he could do this thing, and to his family. And there was obviously a ton of doubters. I mean, I'm probably one of them. If you go look at my stuff, I'm probably like, what the hell is this guy even doing on this? How can you take this tour even seriously when he's out here shooting 80s like routinely? That's what he was doing like 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. He shot 9 under.
He had to go to Q school for Liv.
Live Q school. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
And he got through it.
I know. He was the medalist, I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And then he gained like 7. I think the scoring average was like 2.25 under par. And I think he shot 9 under. So, 6.75, 7 strokes on the field, roughly, is insane. Especially when he's playing with Bozo 1 and Bozo 2, just completely not knowing what to do. He was 5 shots back of those 2 guys. I looked it up, Darbo. The last 13 times I've found someone with a 5-shot lead on the PGA Tour with 1 round to go, going into Sunday, 11 of those 13 guys won.
Yeah.
Makes
sense.
And he had 2 guys with a 5-shot lead ahead of him.
That's insane.
That's
insane.
The chances of him having won that by 3. He won by 3.
What I was looking up Tiger Woods data. I wanted to try to figure something out, like comparing him to Scotty, and I couldn't get there. And I only mention that because I can only go off of what I feel that I remember. Because I don't. That's just what memories are, or feelings of whatever.
Confirmation bias, blah blah blah. Yeah.
Didn't Anthony Kim? Didn't he have like a 7 birdie in a row? Like, I thought, didn't he like tie a record for most birdies in a row at a tournament? Like, the guy goes nuclear when he goes nuclear, like hotter than anyone else goes hot,
Yeah.
And that was back, before all the issues and things that he got himself into, afterwards. But, okay. Very surprising from where he was and where he has been, but kind of going along with Morikawa, kind of like it's in his pedigree to be able to do these things, right? Or am I stretching? Do you think I'm stretching with that?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Anthony Kim's potential when he first came on tour,
on
the PGA Tour, not the Tour, PGA Tour, sky high. So for him to do what he just did. And the funny thing too is when he came back to golf, was that 2 years ago? Not last year, but the year before?
2024.
So he came back, and I think Faraday did this like playing interview, like just let's go play around a golf or whatever. And I think Faraday goes, "So have you been golfing during this whole time?" He's like, "I haven't touched a club until 2 weeks ago."
What?
2 weeks ago? And he was like shooting 72, 74. Like he wasn't shooting like PGA Tour level golf or super competitive golf, but he's on a championship golf course and he's shooting 72, somewhere I think between 72 to 76. And it's like, you haven't touched it. It's like an 8-year absence that you had, and you didn't touch a golf club in that 8 years, and you just come back and you can just hit a golf ball like it's nothing.
That well.
Yeah. Now, obviously, his first year and even last year, he kind of wasn't that great at golf. Like that was to be expected to whatever. But yeah, now he's come full circle and he's back. Do we just do we nickname this week the potential, or how would you say it's like 2 guys that when they first came on tour, their projection, their trajectory was just going sky high, and then they fell off. Colin wasn't as long as Anthony Kim's, but now they're both in the winner's circle.
Redemption season. Yeah, it's like they also they got a lot of haters, both of them. With Colin's shenanigans about the media and calling us out and blah, blah, blah. AK, AK doing his thing. I think it's incredible, man. It is. And it just shows you that golf is the one area like that any given day you can play the best round of your life. Whereas like running, if you aren't training, it's not like you're just going to go run out and do a 5K the fastest you've ever run it. If you have been training a lot like Anthony Kim, like if he hadn't, he doesn't show up here and run a 5K if this was what he retired from 12 years ago, you'd be like so out of shape. That's just, you know what I'm trying to say here? Like golf allows you to reach a ceiling in such shorter time periods than than any other sport, I would say, because the variance, I keep saying variance in this show because we've seen it like just so much this week. I mean, John Rahm and Bryson DeChambeau both blew a 5-shot lead to Anthony Kim in the year of 2026, our Lord.
That's crazy.
4 majors between the two.
Super cool too, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, Bryson lost like 4 strokes, dude.
Yeah, well, he can be kind of a little bitch sometimes, so.
Yes, he can. He owes me 50. No, I was going to say, him and Akshay should do like a breaking par under pressure series kind of thing. Just put themselves on the top of the leaderboard and try and break par.
I'd imagine Bryson's going to ask Anthony Kim to do that at some point in time, to break 50.
This is the thing. So Liv is they've been trying to add young stars, and they've been adding like legendary old guys. Anthony Kim he's both.
He is.
He's a legendary old guy who's like just starting his career.
Yeah, the second career.
It's the second spring of his career. Like that's what moves the needle. Like he's the only person so far that has got like any sort of engagement for Liv. Everyone's talking about this right now.
Yeah,
on golf, in the golf microcosm that we are in. There's not been a Liv tournament that everyone has been like, hey, did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
And it's got to do with Australia. The fans in Australia are amazing. I think they had 115,000 people there in the 4 days.
Wow.
Yeah. So like just having that atmosphere there makes this seem so much more significant, because when you are winning a tournament for the first time in 16 years or whatever, and there's 16 people standing next to the green and 8 of them are like other teams, there's no like substance to that achievement. You've beaten some of the best people in the world in a 3-round tournament with no cut. It was 4 rounds. Anthony Kim doesn't win this if it was a 3-round tournament.
I didn't even think about that either. Yeah, good call.
The 4th round was the round that got him home. It's incredible.
Good call.
I don't know.
Well,
Australian golf is the best.
It was very genuine too. You can't really replace genuineness or genuity. Like what you saw with Anthony Kim. I mean, I didn't watch it. I saw clips, and the first clip I saw was him, pumping up the crowd before he tapped in his putt. And I was like, what's going on here? And I read the caption of the tweet, and I was like, oh shit. Anthony Kim just won a tournament. And then I went and watched more, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like I started to feel like all these feelings of like, I wouldn't say being proud, but just like, that is awesome. Like this was so cool. It warmed my heart basically, like you can't get that. Well, you know what? Can you get that in any other sport? Really? Every other sport is like a 1 play, 1 at bat, 1 goal type of situation.
Weird way, tennis is like the closest comparison to golf.
Yeah.
Because yes, you are playing against one other person, but it's like a massive duration of time that you playing the sport, and you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
Like consistency is the most important in those two sports, because it's over such a long period, so many shots, so many returns and things like that. Where were we going with this?
Well, just talking about AK. That was it.
No, but like this specific point, like what were you trying to compare it to other sports for?
I'm just saying the feeling you get watching golf. Like
yes.
In a situation like this, like what other sport can you get this?
Like an Alex Smith coming back from like almost getting his leg amputated and then starting for the Commanders. And every time he dropped back, you thought he was going to like literally get his leg ripped off, or his knee was just going to like, that's kind of it. But
I don't know if you want to know. Okay. So I guess what I'm thinking of here is that adulation that Anthony Kim got after he won, when you heard the crowd, that also plays a factor into it too. where the crowd knew what was going on. You knew what was going on. He has the excitement. You have the excitement. There isn't anything that really rivals that. And the first thing I thought about was like, actually, pro wrestling is better at that than any other thing. Because when someone returns that you never thought would, hearing the crowd just get nuts.
Yes.
And then it makes you also go, holy shit, this guy's back, or this guy's in the WWE, you know, like that kind of stuff. Like that's the feeling that I got with Anthony Kim winning that tournament. Whereas like Colin, I didn't really fucking care. You know?
No. There's two things here, Darbo. The first is other sports you can't play long enough for that nostalgia to give you the opportunity to make such a big comeback.
Right. Yeah.
12 years, you cannot miss 12 years and then go back to the NFL.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
You can't do that. You probably can't even go and do that in tennis, to be honest with you.
Maybe. I heard this on the NFL show with, and I know this is whatever. I'll make it quick. With Pat Mayo, they're talking about Derek Carr might come back. Even if Derek Carr comes back and wins a Super Bowl, we still have to watch him for 18 games, plus the playoffs, plus the Super Bowl, only for that. Like, if he were to win the Super Bowl and he didn't do a damn thing in the Super Bowl other than not, you know, cause turnovers or whatever, who fucking cares? Like, I don't feel as excited and my heart isn't as warmed as it is with Anthony Kim winning, because it was all Anthony Kim. He had to do what he had to do in order to get there. Whereas like other sports are kind of like team sports.
Correct. And the shit that he went through. I mean, dude, he looks like shit. Like he looks like Voldemort.
I was almost going to make the story, or I was going to make the comment of when we were talking about his two careers, the one where he had a nose and the one where he didn't.
Yes. Where did his nose go? Is that just too much cocaine? Just like dissolve it away? Like, I don't, you know, like, so you could literally see what he was coming, like literal injury as well, you know, from the stuff, like the mental despair that he was in, which I think it's incredible to see. Philip Rivers is kind of, but again, that was what, 1-2 years, you know, not 12. And
I also don't even think it would have been that impressive to me if Philip Rivers if he got his Super Bowl. Actually, yes. If he was actually finally able to get his Super Bowl. Then I'd feel happy for him, but not like this was a proud achievement.
Yeah.
Because his team would have got him there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So anyways.
Yeah.
All right. Where are we at? We got 30 minutes left.
Yeah.
To preview the Genesis. Do we want to go? Were you done with Anthony Kim? I got nothing else to say about Anthony.
I do say, like, a daughter changes your life, man.
Yeah.
You know, it makes you a better man. And I think that is probably the biggest blessing in his life, was having that little girl show up, because it gave him something else to give a fuck about, you know. Sure. And I think she was right there, right after he made his putt. And I think that's probably, you know, the coolest part about all this stuff is, like, it said, how did you get through all of that? And he said, my family. Like, that was the first thing he said, right? Like,
yeah, he did say that. He did say that on his interview with Faraday. He was like, my daughter's what saved me. And I know he's credited Faith too now, but yeah, I can imagine. Kids are supposed to do that to people. You're supposed to change your lives for the better, you know?
Yeah.
That's why it's important to have kids. God damn it, Byron. Dating sucks so much. You
come on, Darbo.
Dating
if there's someone out there that thinks Darbo is a handsome sack, hit him up in the DMs.
Stupid women.
We need to find you.
Having kids is a bad thing.
John Rahm is the eternal stepping stone in, like, great comebacks as well. He also was part of the situation that got Scotty Scheffler his gold medal. Rahm could have run away with the Olympics and hidden with the gold medal. That back nine was a total disaster.
What a nice guy. Rahm is just a nice guy. That's all I'm getting from this. I'm going to nickname him the nice guy.
I call him the ramp. The ramp Rahm. If you need to get on the highway, baby, just take the John Rahm Express, because he'll get you on to victory real quick, because he's gonna finish second to you.
Okay.
It's unless your name's Bryson DeChambeau, then you're gonna finish like wherever. Let's chat some Genesis, Darbo. Let's pull up some stuff. Let's take a look at some like prior builds that you've had for us. Whatever. Like, what are you kind of vibing for this week?
Let me get mine off the loaded.
Screen. Pull you up, yeah.
I don't know why I didn't load those. I don't have them loaded. You wanted me to look at, first of all, Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah. Let's do that.
How his performances at Riv have been.
Yeah, because I think this is fun to do, but also I think it's obviously a very important thing you have to decide. Depending on price,
right?
You're likely going to want to play Scotty Scheffler this week, and it's at a course that's typically had really good course history correlation, right? Augusta's in its own tier when it comes to like course history.
Yep.
Riviera is up there with Bay Hill. It's up there with Torrey. It's up there with Harbour Town. It's like the tier B of course history stickiness. If you've played well here, you're typically going to play well again. If you don't, doesn't mean you can't play well, but guys that struggle typically struggle. Like, let's just lean into, if you've played well, you're going to continue to play well. Scotty has played okay. Best finish is a 7th, man. Only one top 10.
Yeah. And honestly, when we look at this, remember, Scotty became the Scotty he is now in 2020, at the end of 2020. Well, 2022 is where he got his first victory, but he didn't really morph or evolve into the Scotty we know now until 2023, 2024.
Sure. Yeah.
So, this is all putting looks terrible, but he is gaining off the tee. So if you're one of those that, excuse me. By the way, this is the summary up here. We can just look at this.
It's the irons for him.
What's that?
It's irons. Mainly.
It's pretty well rounded if you look at it.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
I would say you'd want to have off the tee and approach. I feel like any given tournament, you want that to be over 2.5. Like for a win. Obviously, he hasn't won here, but like, I'm not too worried about some of these finishes. If we were to look also, was it this week? Yeah, I'm trying to, you give me some tournaments that Scotty doesn't, it's difficult to do, because I'm thinking the only tournament that we could really use is the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Because you had mentioned he's just never done well here.
That'd be the Amex as well. I think that's kind of just exactly what I'm going to assume. Because all the stuff you just showed us, he's hit his irons well before. He's also driven it well. He's also putted well, but he's just never done it all in the same week for some reason.
Yeah. I guess what I'm trying to do here is compare his AT&T.
When did Scotty move to the mallet?
What's
was
that?
It last year or 2 years ago?
I think it was the Hero. Well, the Hero 2 years ago is when he switched to the Claw. He had the mallet. Did he have the mallet before? Was it?
It was 2 years ago. It was when Rory's life was in absolute shambles. And then Rory was with his boo, Amanda Balionis, at, was it API?
I don't remember. It was API. It was API. Yeah.
Or it was here or something. One of the two, right around this period.
They were definitely flirting during the API.
Flirting is a very,
yeah.
And then Rory went and won the Masters and hugged his wife walking off the green. Incredible. What a crazy story that was.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm taking 2025 off of this because that was played at Torrey, obviously.
Yep.
So this isn't something that I worry about. Now, I have it only filtered on Scotty. Most of the golfers that are in the field for next week played this week. This is this week's field right here that's loaded in on the top right. And if we just look at Genesis and I, go top down who the best golfers are or the best golfers have been, Patrick Cantlay is at the top. He's the guy that helped me win $1,800, him and Xander. So it was Cantlay and Xander, but there's Cam Young. Someone in your chat mentioned Victor. Hovland, wanting to go to Hovland. despite all of his wacky things that he was doing on the driving range. Morikawa, which everybody thinks is really bad around the green at Riv, isn't. These are all your POA guys, really.
Tony Finau, check that out.
McNeely, Tony Finau, Rory, and then there's Scotty. So Scotty is, I think there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it goes by 10. So he's 11th. Yeah. So he's 11th right now when it just comes to strokes gained total. As you can tell, he's been terrible with his putter.
Whack that so we can just see. Like, was it 1? Because I think I saw positive.
2 years ago, 2024, minus 4.36 and then minus 5.62. Here, let me cut that out. I'll cut that out. Now Scotty moves up. So Cam Young is at the top.
Ooh.
How did that happen? Did Cam Young
finish second early in like probably 2023 maybe. He had it.
Oh, 2018
Cam's
was a
name.
good year for Patrick Cantley. That's why he was up there. I see. Sorry.
Yeah.
So anyways, you take that out, and now Scotty goes up a little bit more, but the same guys are pretty much at the top here.
Yeah.
So
Xander's going to be an interesting situation because
what do you do with Xander?
For me, it's just, I need to see more. He's a perfect leverage opportunity to get off of the guy. Like, he's just not doing it, dude. And even when he's going to top 20, he's had one top 10 since the rib injury. It was, one top 5. It was the Bay Current when he won.
Mm-hmm.
The only win he's had was there. So I don't think the rest of his game is good enough, dude, to like get it done right now. That just goes to show you how impressive Anthony Kim's comeback was. Xander's took like a couple months off for a freaking rib. Granted, it was an injury, but
yeah,
he hasn't been the same, dude. He was the unanimous second best golfer in the world to Scottie Scheffler this time last year. And now he's like irrelevant. Really, in the grand scheme of things, you know?
Yeah. Trying to think. I'm just trying to look at some of these other guys that might be. Ben Griffin.
He's been bad this year.
Yeah. Danny Berger's only played here. He only has 2 rounds.
Jesus.
And it must have been somewhere where I don't have strokes gained stats.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, my strokes gained data goes back to 2017, so any of the years prior to just aren't going to show up.
Mav McNeely. I mean, oh my God.
Yeah, again, these are your best strokes gained total guys at Riv. All of them are playable, in my opinion. All of them.
Even Xander?
Yes. I'm actually, I'd probably be more bullish on Xander. This is a good tournament for him. It's a good golf course for him.
I think my rule is just going to be I need to see at least one top 10 from Xander before because what has he done this year?
Not much.
It's been like,
let me pull up a different iteration of this.
He's only finished 41st and missed a cut at the Farmers. Like, the guy missed a cut.
Hey, by the way, when I was looking at this from our discussion with Jake Knapp, when Jake Knapp needs to do something on a final round or even on a Friday to make the cut, not very good. Not very good.
Oh, is this
so?
Oh yeah,
pressure gets to him.
Make a
pressure gets to him.
Yeah.
That's all that I was looking at. But I'm gonna look up Xander here.
And dude, that's the thing about speed, is guys that hit it like really hard, I think under the gun, you know, like we've seen with Aldrich and Knapp, and it's hard to keep your shit together when you're swinging like 1,000,000 miles an hour.
So we're looking at just this year. I can look at anything. I updated these tools, by the way. I know you kind of looked at them.
Yeah.
This page here, but we can look at whatever.
Dude, 2025 as well. Look at this. Like, this is the second best. What is his world ranking? It is 10th. It's the 10th best golfer in the world, and has like What's so impressive though is he continues to play well in majors all the time. I think that's the only place I really want to look at him is like at a major.
God, I forgot he had that big cut streak. I'm just looking at everything. I'm like, he doesn't really miss cuts. And then he did the Farmers. He missed by 1 though, right? It was a -3. Was
he needed to make a birdie on the final par 5,
which was a par 5
course, and he didn't pulled it way left. Missed the putt.
I mean, so rounding into this year doesn't look good. A cut in a 41st. I guess what you could say is it's moving upwards. Like he's
sure. Bar is not very high. Bar is not very high there.
Yeah.
And what 19th, I think, today. So like,
so you being the betting guy, what would be crazy? Would there be any odds that you're like, well, duh, I'm gonna bet this for Xander?
It would be the top 20 market. You know, like if you take a look there,
no
it's like
outrights at all.
No, not yet. I mean, he's going to be ridiculously priced. Where is he? He's going to be on the first page of the odds board for sure.
Okay.
Like
of course. Yeah.
And that's the thing is like he's 21-1. He's the third. It's Scotty. Yeah, let me pull this up for us real quick. It's Scotty, Rory, and then Xander. Like, why is he priced here? Why is he priced here? Like, this is the thing. This is like the long-term stuff. The same goes with Ludwig. Now he's at 35-1. When Kenny was mentioning this online, he said he wanted to bet Ludwig at 40-1. I was like, you're never going to get those odds because they have these guys that are continually playing bad. They just don't price them above a certain point because this kind of shit with Colin Morikawa happens when they let it drift like this. You know, the long-term guys that have good baselines. What is he doing? Like Tommy Fleetwood is easily in much better form. He just finished 4th today.
Mm-hmm.
Hideki just basically lost in a playoff without having a driver in his hand. Russell Henley has not finished outside the top 20 in, I think, now 11 consecutive starts. Cameron Young, whatever, he's not playing great. Patrick Cantley's been, I would say Patrick Cantley's a more viable option than Xander this year.
Agreed.
So far. Victor can just show up and win at any given moment.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, once he takes his water wings off. Do you see him swinging with water wings?
Yes.
So these are going to be the odds, which kind of can reflect salary price, Darbo, right? Like
that's right.
So Scotty was plus 275 this week, and he was 14K. Plus 300 this week. I think he's going to be right around 14K again because you keep saying that they're going to like.
It's got to be.
It's going to be interesting because anything new that like Scotty's going to win a tournament, nothing's changed. Scotty's going to finish top 5, nothing's changed. Like that's just what he does. Like, why are we going to be adjusting stuff continually up and up? Like we've already figured out like this is the high watermark of his like career, you know? So I think that's going to be the price for him. And then Xander's going to probably be priced as maybe the 3rd highest or inside the 10K range.
I hope he's 9,700. That's what I hope he is. If he's in the 10K range again, and I know he probably will be, that's when I'm not sure I will play him. If I'm building 100 lineups, I'm going to probably put Xander in maybe 5 of them. And that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. Colin's 31. Does Colin go back to back? He's 31-1. I feel like this is a fantastic course for Chris Gotterup as well.
Chris
Knapp
Gotterup.
at 37.
Interesting.
Plus 265 for a top 10 for Knapp. I think I'm in on that for sure.
I could probably build some good tools doing top 10 markets, honestly.
Dude, absolutely.
You and I will have to work together on building like an odds board or something like that.
Yeah, like what I've had like a betting tool where I've used, okay, you know, the basic percentages of people, like what does that reflect in the odds? What percentages is plus 200? You know, like does that match up to the amount of time he finishes top 20? Does that match up to him being inside the top 20 in your model? course history, recent form. Like you got to figure it all into there. But I think there's a definite bucket system for betting to be found.
Oh, I believe it too. And I don't remember who I was talking to with this before. It was a long time ago. It was like 4 or 5 years ago, where someone wanted me to create a bucket system for betting, and I was like, yeah, that would actually make sense. Like I should definitely do that.
But first, I want you to do it for Showdown, and then
for Showdown.
Yeah, and then we'll do it for betting.
Okay.
Stay in the lane that you're best at, and then
sure. All right. Oh my God. Let me click that. Bring this over here.
Are there any guys that have typically like played badly here that we think could like show up?
Typically played bad that will show up.
That like we think their game actually translates well to this kind of a golf course, but they haven't done well. Yeah. Like flip the strokes gain total over here. Let's see who the hell's like played poorly at this course.
Well, the first name, Minwoo Lee. Well,
that's ideal for me.
Yeah. First name I'm going to say is Minwoo Lee. I didn't even think he was even going to perform this week, and that guy probably cost me more money. Like I could have won more money this week if it wasn't for Minwoo Lee.
It was all putter though. Like that's not reliable enough.
I understand, but I mean, again, I really don't like Minwoo Lee at this golf course. You need to have both shot shapes, and I only see draws out of that guy. And maybe he does hit fades. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, the fades go over the hedge on 18 at Pebble.
Chris Kirk,
There's all like 2 rounds. I'm just immediately going to the guys with 8.
Okay.
So just scroll. Get Alex Smalley at the top. Yeah. Like, I think I'm in on JJ Spahn, man. He bounced back nicely today. He had a really good round, and I think he's starting to find his groove again. I prefer him at a course that like rewards his long irons. I didn't like him at a putting fest like this week. So I think this is the week I'm going to pounce on him a lot as like a buy low candidate for sure.
If he's $7,200, if he's less than 74, I'll play him. But if he's like 78 to 8,000, I'll ignore him because I don't.
What has changed? He's going to have another 80 guys this week playing.
Why does that keep doing that? What the hell?
Darbo, stay with me.
I'm trying to get another sheet up. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
How many guys are playing this week? 80.
Yeah.
Why would he played poorly again this week? His price has to go down.
I guess I would assume his price is going to go down.
Yeah.
I hope his price is going to go down. I just don't trust DraftKings to do that kind of thing.
I mean, he's in the 7,000s now, and I mean, it's only been a couple bad rounds this year.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only played like 3 or 4 times really. So they've moved his price fast, so I think he's someone I'm looking to just kind of dive into a lot. JJ Spahn 62 to 1, and that might even drift higher.
So I don't think, you're going to be alone with JJ Spahn. I'm not. I wouldn't.
No. He's my long-term like guy. I'm going to not get off the ship until it sinks. Okay. On the West Coast. I'm going to get a new ship on the East Coast when we go to
Adam
Florida.
Schenk, I'm going to say no to. That's going to be a definitely no. Okay, actually, instead of going through each person, is there golfers that you see that you do want to play?
Scroll. Maybe Keegan.
Corey and Keegan for me.
Yeah. I think Sepp is interesting, given what he did. Like, he's starting to find his groove again. He's a very good golfer and underrated just because he looks like he should be playing like 6th lineman. But he can play golf, man. And he just balled out. He's like going to have some good momentum going into this week. I think he's got a crack. And he plays how similar is Zoysia to Kikuyi?
Not similar at all.
Not?
No, Kikuya acts more like Bermuda, and Zoysia is just kind of a stiff grass that just like Zoysia and Kikuya, or not Zoysia, Kikuya and Bermuda, their grass systems work like this, whereas like Zoysia is more like this with bent grass and ryegrass. But Zoysia is tougher. It's stiffer. So like the ball sits on top of the grass, and that's where you hear people talk about how the golf ball's teed up a lot on Zoysia. So Zoysia's easy to hit out of. You get a lot of flyers out of Zoysia. Okay. You don't really get flyers out of Kikuya. Yeah. You can, but you normally don't.
Yeah, you're usually just chunking it out of there, really.
Yeah, it's gnarly. It's a gnarly grass. That's also how you would talk about Bermuda as well. Yeah, actually, I'm skipping out on everybody. Like Noren might be the only guy that I like on this top 10 right here, or this 10. If I go past Aaron Rye, I could get back to Burns.
Click Tom Hoagie's name quickly. I did not expect him to have. He finished 8th year last year. Jesus Christ.
2024.
2024.
Yeah, 2024.
Last time.
Yeah, last time at Riv. And hell, dude, his last two finishes have been top 20s.
I know. I mean, I'm gonna go back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back on again.
I think I will be too. Yeah,
why not? The sneaky course history, yeah.
You kind of pointed out something during the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. It was funny on my Tuesday stream. I didn't like him. On my Wednesday stream, I was like, hey, this guy actually is popping up in the buckets. Like I want to play him because of that. So if he's there again, I'm with you on Hoagie, and he doesn't need a lot of length at this golf course. So
Patrick Rogers is very interesting. Yeah, this is kind of Tory-esque, in a way. Where what's he getting up to at the bottom of that?
He's also got to be.
Oh Jesus Christ! Excuse our blasphemy, friends, but that is bad.
This is
also
good,
like
though.
Encouraging, though. For
what is this all about? Is there? I wonder if there's anybody in chat that knows anything about Patrick Rogers. What happened over the last 4 years? 2024, 23, 22. He was like scorched. I wouldn't say scorching, but these are really good finishes.
I'm bullish. I think he's actually playing. Pull up his couple starts that you have in here for. We almost need a different tab for you. They're like, what's Rogers been up to? Because he had his first back-to-back top 10s ever in back-to-back starts at the RSM and the Sony.
Yeah,
and I got really excited. I got really excited about that, and it hasn't been great, especially at the Farmers. He should have showed up there at T27, which is still like a bad performance for him, really. So I think he's playing good enough to kind of assume that we can maybe get some of that early output that we just saw from him at Riv in his career. Love this. Actually love it a lot for him. I think he's going to be sneaky for sure. Okay. Back to the other thing again. Okay.
This whole page here is super interesting. Ricky Fowler, you can go back, or I'm
click some names. Yeah, let's see as we go. You start clicking names you're interested in now.
I like Ricky Fowler. The optimizer selected him a ton when I was building lineups, and I at first was like, no, I don't want to play Ricky. And then I was like, sure, I'll put him in a couple lineups. Those were my best lineups, I think Friday and Saturday had Ricky Fowler in them.
Yeah,
and I was like, of course the optimizer knows what to do. I don't want to play Ricky Fowler, but sure, whatever a computer tells me, I guess that's what I'll go with.
Ricky played too well. He got into contention and then soiled himself. That's what he does now. So he needs to he's like a really good showdown guy. By the way, his spike rounds are like 3.5 strokes gain for like 75th percentile stuff.
Do you know when to target him? Like, when should you target a Ricky Fowler
he's not
showdown?
When he's not in contention. I did not play him on Saturday. I played him on Friday when he was after a bad round, Ricky bounces back hard. He's like, he needs to play under like ideal conditions. Okay. You've seen him in just watch when Ricky Fowler's like in the mix. He was on TV a lot on Saturday, and he's too stoic. We were chatting about this with AK, like how his emotions were like flowing out of him. Mm-hmm. I need that from Ricky, dude, because he's like trying to be too business professional under the gun, and he just like bleeds out in front of us. You can just see it happening. So
I kind of got like a weird vibe from him during the US Open where Wyndham Clark won. Like he was in contention for that tournament. I don't know what the hell he was doing. I don't know what he was chewing on that entire tournament. Like, there are things he's doing to try to calm his nerves or something. Like, I don't know if he was chewing on like a nicotine pack or whatever it was. But it's like, what are you moving around in your mouth? Like, I don't get it. It wasn't gum. He wasn't chewing.
Oh, he just had it in there.
Yeah. No, he was like doing this little, like, the whole time when he was playing. It's like, what are you doing? Do you have a fake tooth that you're playing with? Like, what's going on?
I could have a canker sore. You never know. But
there was something white that was going around in his mouth. It was like a Zyn packet or something. Okay. I don't know what the hell it was.
I don't know, man. He's like,
and that stupid water bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Satsune. Just whatever, dude.
But at least it works for Satsune, you know.
It's still a mental thing. It's a mental thing.
Click Jordan Spieth's name. This was when he had to go take a shit and got DQ'd.
I forgot about that. That's so stupid.
He got DQ'd because he had to leave the scoring area to go take a dump. I think he had like a stomach bug or something and didn't sign his scorecard before leaving it and then got DQ'd. It was incredible. And I think it was after, like, his strokes gained were actually pretty good. Yeah, he's playing well that week. Interesting.
Yeah, this is actually a really good golf course for Spieth.
But I'm not going to be playing him. I mean, look at this. The best result he has a 15th. And that was like...
Make him $7,800 and I will play him.
Sure. Go for it.
I will. I'll play him over JJ Spawn at 7,200. Yep.
Okay. Click Nick Taylor's name at the top there.
This is a good range, isn't it? All the names that are right here.
Interesting. It's interesting.
This is good. Well,
that's good. It's solid.
It's not going to win you a GPP, unfortunately.
No. And he's not been winning you GPPs, but he's the one guy that could win a tournament at $7,400.
Do you mess with anything in the top 40 markets? Is there anything to be gained from top 40 markets?
Go pull up Adam Scott's most recent finishes.
I mean, Adam Scott's going to be down here a little ways. We'll get to him. Do you want me to get to him now?
That would be someone that I'd target like very much in the top 40 market because
he's got. Oh wait! He's not on my list because
no, he's not in Pebble. So just go to the other screen we had where you're just looking at recent starts. There we go. This will show you like one of the most best life hacks ever is play Adam Scott in the top 40 market because he doesn't finish inside the top 20 enough to give you like bad 30, odds.
24th, 40, 27th, 55th, 53rd, cut, 17th, 30, 12th, 31st, 19th, 34th. 49th. Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's like he's just found his like retirement village range there. You know, like, it's just I'm just gonna hang out between like outside the top 20 and inside the top 50, inside the top 40.
Thumbnails are always fun to create, and I was kind of trying to create a ninth hole for us, like you and I on the ninth hole getting sprayed with water or something. Like I was trying to think of something like that. But if you were to create a thumbnail with like every golfer, and it was like kind of a cartoon one. Ooh. Would you put Adam Scott with a rocker, like a cane or some kind of walking device?
Like, I think like Adam Scott's like bad grandpa.
Oh, okay.
You know, like he's still got it, dude.
He's too boring to be bad grandpa.
Well, not when he stands over a driver and just laces it 187.
Yeah, but he needs a help me stick. He need. Yeah, we got to give him a cane, and that's what's going to be. He's going to look like Gandalf, like walking with his
putter.
Yeah, his putter
with the spaceship putter, like the lab putter. You know, like the big guy. We'll give him like a Brian Harmon putter head, and then stick it on the end of a broomstick.
You shall not pass.
Oh. back to the strokes gained there. The other tab. Okay.
Adam Scott wasn't there, but if I went back to where we were, this would have been right here.
Russell Henley. Ooh,
not
you see,
enough.
this is interesting because this is course history versus recent form.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
This T24 might be one of like the couple rogue non-top 20s he's had granted, Russell Henley, this was 2024. This is the thing we got to keep reminding ourselves, right? Because
Mhm.
you see the top thing and you
Mhm.
think it was last year.
Mhm.
This was 2 years ago. Russell Henley last year came out of his shell. And like, let's go check out Russell's stuff. Sorry.
No.
I'm enjoying
this is
bossing you
great.
around here.
Yeah.
I should have just been driving this, to be honest.
Hey,
with you.
by the way, I'm glad that you finally logged into your account and started looking through stuff.
I know. I use this for showdown, especially when you put the finishing position after certain situations.
Mhm.
If you could put in Ricky Fowler inside a certain position, it'll like show you how
What do you
bad
want
he
me
is
to
under the
do
gun.
after what round?
Just
After round
just
3?
Yes.
Put him inside the top 10?
Put him inside the top 5.
Top 5?
Yeah, that's like
Okay.
when you're really under the gun.
That's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. What do I have in here? Anything? I have
This is
26,
only
20,
for-
25.
yeah.
Sorry.
It's just for everything. Oh, yes. Yeah, just filter by that one. Yeah, that column. Just get it smallest to biggest.
Hold on. I'm doing something wrong. So after round 3, that means this would have to be 5. Anyways, I'll scroll down.
There we go.
So after round 3,
His end finish was 7th.
so
He
here's
was
in
leading
this,
finish.
just so people on the screen, this column here shows what his position was after round 3. Round 3 position after. So he was first at the Oh God. All right. Well, these are
Okay, let's just go to 2023 US Open. There, just click get us a couple top ones there, and then we go.
I'm gonna put in the last 5 years.
Since COVID. Yeah. Okay.
Well, this sucks. I don't know what's going on.
No, you're fine. You're doing it. So
Pretty good. These 2 years aren't very good. You wanted the 2023 US Opens right here, finished 5th.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't bad. I mean, the 16th and the 13th is bad. 2025, Charles Schwab, he was in 3rd place after round 3. He ended up finishing 16th.
Yeah.
In 2023, he was 4th and he finished 13th, but he did Rocket Mortgage. He ended up winning that one.
That was it.
And he stayed at 4th place at the Zozo. So he didn't really move up, and he did lose at the 2022 Zozo. If I move this to 10th place, yeah, he does not move up.
So unless he's like right at the top.
And it was just that
It's
one time
better.
at the Rocket Mortgage with a busted field. Like,
And he hit it way
the
right.
second
and
best
got-
golfer was Nate Lashley.
Yeah. And exactly. Nasty Nate.
Yeah. So
So
when the field is good, he's not performing well
Mm-mm.
under the gun.
and showdown.
Not to win a
It's
tournament.
a showdown guy. I mean, look at those. There's a 64 like once a tournament type situation. Like that's just what he does. There's a 60 just underneath there. 70,
right here.
65, 60, 69. Like
69.
it's crazy.
What
Okay.
is his round 3 scoring average? Yeah, round 3 is, I mean, look at that. Round 3.
Yeah.
Well,
But
first of all,
we've got it filtered by the top
yes,
10 guys.
right,
So that's
right.
why it's going to be there.
Yeah. But still, round 3 is his
Still-
best.
Still his round. Yeah.
Yeah.
After the cut, off he goes.
Mhm.
Okay. So round showdown for Ricky for sure. I'm
We
loving
were gonna
Patrick
look
Rogers. I'm
for
loving
something
Russell,
for Russell,
Henley.
but whatever.
Mm-hmm. I'm in. Okay. Click on go to Russell. The same thing as we were just looking at with Ricky. Look at this form. Do you mind going a little longer doing
Yep.
this kind of thing? Can we go like another 25 minutes or 15?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm enjoying
I have
this
the
part of
day
the
off
show a
tomorrow,
lot.
man. I got the day
Me
off
too.
tomorrow.
Me too. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. I'll go to 2018. 2018.
Yeah, I just want to show you like go chronologically from the most recent starts. Like we can
You
see
didn't
where
know,
Russell
Byron? There's a sorting column here. If you wanted to learn this with your own tools, it's always nice to have, especially if you have your like a unique identifier for your stats. This is just the easiest way to sort. and then you
To
can
sort it.
hide the column. Like most of you guys don't even know there's a hidden column over
And
here.
you can't even move it because you don't even know it's there. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyways,
So
just a little heads up.
let's scroll until you find a missed top 20. It's like barely at the bottom of your page there, US Open.
Cut, PGA champ,
Sorry, PGA.
cut, 30th players. Yeah, that's wow.
Like,
Wow.
I mean, look at what he's been doing. He just pops like randomly. That was in 2024 when he was like kind of splotchy, splashy. Look at like this year, if we go to the very top again, look at these results, man.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I'm just so 10,300 did not pay his price. His finish didn't pay his price.
Okay, whatever.
9,600. Yes, that did for sure. And then what did he do this week? I didn't.
T19 didn't do it again this week.
Okay,
Wasn't
but
good.
still got you your top 20.
Yeah,
because 60% of the time it happens all the time.
I mean, look at these top 20s here, dude. I mean, why would we not go top 20 again with him?
And this is I actually do like Riv or Henley at Riv. I think that actually is a pretty decent golf course for him.
Yeah, and it's your floor for him is a chipping eagle on 18 to get inside the top 20. Like he's going to get it done for you. Like that was heroic. And he's still looking for a couple upside events here. Hasn't had a lot, but he won the API.
Yeah, and I like seeing a lot of birdies and bogeys. That's where DK points come into play.
Mm-hmm.
See fantasy stats. Do I have it? I forget what I have for all of these things. Okay.
Okay.
Off the tee, he's never ever positive off the tee. So this is a typical Henley, whatever. And his putting hasn't been good here. So if he can just have one of those good putting weeks,
well, yeah, he's never been a good putter in general, anyway, and now he is. In the last year and a half, his putting stats have got like remarkably better.
If you ever listen to the broadcast, Byron, all the guys talk about how good Henley's putting is. He's one of the best putters on tour. Did you know that?
Oh, like in 2024 when they were telling me this, I did not. And I was wondering what the hell they're talking about. But now he can get hot, man. He's changed his entire game. It's kind of crazy.
I think his putting stroke has always been solid, by the way. He's a very aggressive putter. And that's, if we're talking DraftKings, that's what you want. I want my guys, like they're going to make a run for birdie all the time. Those that leave putts short, they can go fuck themselves,
There we go. Shout out Ricky on a Saturday when he's in the lead.
Yeah, so I'm cool with Russell Henley, especially if he's going to be $9,200 again. Sign me up. $9,400, I'd be okay with as well.
Yeah,
actually 96. I'd be good with 96, up to 96, and he's not going to be up to 96.
The Sony, he was what?
He was
10-3 because he's won the Sony. Like
10,300 at the Sony.
He's never finished better than 17th year or something. So why would they're going to take that into account, and he could potentially be less than a 90. Yeah, he could be like top 8K range type situation. Yeah, given the course history.
I imagine. Yeah, he's not going to. If you look at Pebble's pricing, I imagine it's going to. I mean, it's going to be just in line with that 92, like somewhere between 9 to 9.4.
Yeah, but he didn't. He had a top 5 at Pebble last year, which definitely influences the price, and I think he'll be lower for sure.
Okay. Oh, good. If he's like 8,800, no.
And you never thought he could win at API?
That's right. I would never have thought he could win at API.
He does, dude. He's underrated. He's underrated.
You know what? If Russell's 88 and Scotty is less than 14.2, I could pair those guys up together.
Let's go. That would be insane. That would be insane. Now we've got to find 6K guys to put with Russell in them.
Yeah, that's right.
But we're doing that right now. So Patrick Rogers, one of them. Tom Hoagie, the other. Sahith this week is someone I'm interested in because not a good wedge player, but long irons, driver, chipping and putting, that's his thing this week.
What's he done here?
Interesting.
6th year, back in 2023.
But is this also the year? I'm just going to put in the WM Phoenix Open as well. Was that the year that he also played well at the WM Phoenix Open?
Probably.
Oh, that was 2024. Never mind.
And the year before.
39th. I mean, sure. I was what I was hoping for, Byron, was to see that 5th place finish before the 6th place finish.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you had both events in here.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
My bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to look because he obviously played decent at the WM Phoenix Open this year. Not super, like not life changing, but still enough. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bridge, like, should we play him this year? Because if it was the same that he did at the WM Phoenix Open the year before and then end up finishing 6th at the Genesis that same year, like, I'm trying to make those kind of comparisons. Like,
okay, I'll make this easy for you. Go to his other page that we just looked at with Russell. Yeah. And then you'll see when the year turns 2026, he's a new man.
Yeah. 8th,
like,
7th, 18th. What did he finish today? Do you know?
I don't really care because I don't like give a shit about him at this course. You know, like
okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not worried.
Yeah. No, that's perfect.
Put it up for you though.
Yeah.
Let's see where he finished. Yeah, it wasn't good. 60th. Lost off the tee. I mean, there's too many like ravines and stuff for his driver to go in. Like out at Riv, he's going to be like slinging it through trees all the time. You know, like, and he doesn't miss left. He misses right. And I think at Pebble, that can be a problem sometimes.
Missing right at Pebble is a big issue.
Yeah.
That's why I liked Scotty, because missing left is not a big issue. Missing right is a big issue.
Yeah. And Scotty's just the best golfer in the world too.
Oh, yeah. You give me JT Post in the 6K range, I'll play him at Riv.
Yeah. What does he do? When you talk about someone, click their name. Let's see.
10th year in 2024.
24.
2 missed cuts prior to that, but then solid finishes.
For
always
his price,
in the 7K
that's
range,
fine.
looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jason Day.
God
he done?
damn,
Yeah.
dude. Jason Day was my one and done pick for Pebble. He was in multiple Scotty Scheffler lineups. This is the reason I didn't win more money, is because of this fool. Guy can never. It's so weird. He had that one tournament where he was shooting. I don't even remember which one it was. Was it
MX.
Here, hold on. I'll go back to I'll go here. Now that you got me.
Amex and the Farmers, I think in the opening rounds he went bananas and then kind of just drifted.
Yeah. Okay. So American Express, you had to shoot low, -23. I'm sorry, but this guy never ever shoots these scores. I mean, he obviously he has, but he rarely does. He doesn't score enough birdies.
No.
Like 14 under that's perfect for him, and I guess that's where we're at with the. God dang it.
Yeah. No,
this is me being reactive, and I don't want to play Day because he just burned me. But now that I look at this, it's like when the winning score is like -14, which I actually brought up the tournament stats for the Genesis. The average winning score is -14. It's such a perfect score for Jason Day.
Yeah, it is enough chipping and putting for him to like be relevant. Because
if you looked at his round by round scoring, I think he shot 4 under in round 4, round 3, round 2, and then he was 2 over in round 1. Like, that's all that he ever does is -4, -4, -3, -4. Like, he never shoots super low. Obviously, I just showed you he does -24 at the Century, which that's easy to do there. -23, and like the scoring fest, you're supposed to score low. I don't know, man. Do you like Jason Day? You're obviously getting the hints from me that I don't really like Jason
Well,
Day.
I bet him top 20, top 10, and he finished T24. So I'm kind of salty as well.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, he's going to probably be... This was 2 years ago when his average driving distance was like 294, yeah. He's like lost distance a lot this year. He's like regressing ball speed big time because doesn't want to hurt himself. And I don't know
that's going to help you around here much. How's he done driving wise?
So he does
Mediocre.
YouTube golf too now. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
The lads.
I can't do it with him though. It's kind of cringy.
It is very cringy.
Yeah,
It's
it's
so
weird.
cringy.
When you got bros around you, it's like I can't.
He
do
has
it.
a bunch of yes men around him.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, oh, bro, yeah. And are they all Australians? I haven't even watched a single video, so
Most of them.
I already know what
of
I'm
them
getting
are.
into. I can't do the Australian thing either.
South African can't do that.
Yeah, can't do it.
Sound
Can't
too
do
much
it.
like.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
oh, sure.
I just want to, poke the
How
bear.
does an Australian find a sheep in long grass?
How?
Very satisfying.
Oh,
That's what we think of Australians in South Africa.
good to know. Good to know. That's a good joke, dude. I like that.
It is.
Um,
So we Indian Sahith, we like kind of what J Day is doing, but not really.
Byron, I'm going to say this right now. I'll make this real fast and easy. I know we can click through names and I'll click for you. Everybody on the sheet right here, I'm in on, depending on their price tag.
Okay.
It all comes down to their price tag. I think every one of these golfers is a great click for a lineup. As long as it works
Tony's
out.
going to be 6K.
As long as it works out with Scotty Scheffler.
Well, exactly. Tony Finau, yeah. What has he been priced at this event?
Very well. 9K.
He could be a sneaky guy. Like if he gets priced high again this week, people might not be in.
So here
he could be your next click after Scott. Like instead of Russell, you go Tony as well.
I might do this in this pod with us going forward. Is kind of, I don't know what I would call it, but it would be like, is DraftKings going to get it right, or are they going to be dicks about pricing? Like,
okay,
Tony
dicks
Finau,
or dialed.
Tony Finau should be less than 7,400. Should be,
yeah.
But his course history with his just recent performance,
I know.
I could see them jacking his price tag up to $78,000 to $8,000.
Yeah, well, it's never been in the sevens ever. Yeah,
I know. So this is where I'll say DraftKings is a dick if they put him at 78 or higher.
Yeah,
he should
I
be
agree.
77 or lower, but really 74 or lower.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to get probably a $1,500 bump just because of where they're playing.
But it's a signature event. Like 2024 was a signature event too, right?
What has his prices been the last couple? Like, and at Tory, I think looking at Tory would be a good indicator of what we can maybe expect this week.
Yeah, that makes sense. Tony Romo.
That's insane.
I didn't know I had him in my database.
What is Tony? Click Tony Romo. What is he in the database for?
What a goofy thing. Just like, I can't believe that name is in here.
The Safeway?
Yeah.
Oh my God. No made cuts. Incredible. Lots
all
of
min price too.
That's incredible. Okay.
There's no way he had 26 birdies at the Safeway.
24.
No, that's 24 points. 24. That's 8 birdies though. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. Finau. Wow, that took us for a complete spin there. So Tony at the 3M.
Well, we want farmers, popular. Right? Farmers.
No, well, you just find it, yeah. 7,000 at the farmers, dude.
But this is before recent form got calculated. Like that's going to get calculated in here. There might be an overreaction. Maybe that's what we call it, an overreaction from DraftKings, because obviously course of 3 is good. But if you look at this recent form. This is awful.
Bad.
And so that's $7,000
and 19th there in that range, and then got bumped into $8,200 at the Memorial immediately. So
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I think he'll be probably priced in the 8s again.
Oh, DraftKings is a dick.
Sadly,
that's what I'm going to say.
Maybe.
If that
what's your price that you want him to, that you'll play him at? 7,700, 75?
Okay. Every once in a while when I'm building lineups, I just go, oh, fine. I'll play him here.
Fine.
$7,700 for Tony. That's where I'll go, oh, fine.
Yeah.
If I see him at 74, I'm like, that's exactly where he should be for me. For me to put him in lineups with Scotty. You know, like, so selfishly, I want him 74 or less.
We'll see. I mean, from 6,500, I mean, that is the cheapest he's been. Right? Yeah.
Well, 66.
FedEx St. Jude. So, I mean, are you just going to ramp up some guy's salary by like over $1,000? Like,
but this is the thing is like, okay, so you look at all of this recent form here. They're obviously like, okay, 15th and 19th is good, but from here up, they got him at $9,100 at the 3M Open because he's a name. And obviously,
small field relative.
Memorial's played in June or it's not July.
For the US Open.
It's before the US Open. So it's either end of May or early June.
Yeah.
So this would have been a month and a half before the 3M Open. And it went from 82 to 91 because obviously the 3M Open doesn't have a really good field. Missed the cut. Okay. Drop him down to 74 at Wyndham. So like they do take into account course history pretty heavy. Right.
Yeah. And particularly like a name value in the smaller fields. You know, like the thing is like the Sony. I mean, he was 6,400 this week, man. Or 6,500. Like in a field of names that are way cooler than him. So that'll happen again this week at the Genesis. Like that's.
But here's my argument, though. He went from 66 to 7 at the Farmers, where I'm sure he's had just as good course history at the Farmers as he has at Riv. I think he has better at Riv.
Whatever. It's pretty good. Both. Yeah.
This recent form heading in is not good. Now they're going to see that Tony just did, top 20 at or whatever it was at Pebble Beach.
18th. So
yeah. So they're gonna be like, oh, he's back on track. So we need to price him where he should be, which is 8,200. If Tony's playing like Tony plays usually, it should be 8,200.
Or maybe we are just way ahead and we've found Tony Fee now.
Like I said, if he's at 74, sign me up because I will play him at 74. Like, because that's sneaky to me. It's like, yeah. So, anyways,
okay, Harris.
Yeah, that's the name I was looking at too. You gonna play the Harry-ish?
Too. Yes, very much so.
This looks good. And this is a golf course that's really good.
This is like a course that he can actually like lean into his skill set because he's not a birdie guy. In my stats,
he's definitely a mid scorer for sure, just like a Jason Day.
He's a grinder. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to win a major this year, by the way. Yeah. Dude, okay. Pull up his major. We're getting like completely
hold on. I will. This looks really good, Byron. Holy crap. Is he now the golfer with the most rounds of golf without a cut?
Wow. No, Scotty's still that guy.
Oh, okay. So it went from Xander to Scotty.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's pretty good.
Where does Scotty's thing start? I'll look it up quickly for us. But I mean, look at this, dude. Like and look at all the good finishes. It's what?
I mean, 43rd and 48. Oh, 59th. Okay. But that's a US Open.
US Open.
St. Jude, Procore, RSM. Ooh, RSM. That's no great. Yeah, the Georgia boys don't do well at RSM for whatever reason. Don't.
Yeah, I mean, he really hasn't had a chance. The one opportunity he had on like a hard course was the Farmers. He was the defending champ. So that's like, I'm not going to blame him too much for that.
You want me to look at majors?
Yeah, take a look at his majors. Like I've bet him to make the cut at every single major this year at like 4-1 on BetMGM.
2nd, 59th, 2nd, 12th, 50th, 41st, 18th, 22nd, missed cut at the Open. 8th at the US Open, missed cut at the PGA Champ in 2023. 43rd, missed cut at the Open. So not great at the Open.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, well, you got 2nd. Never mind.
No. That 2023 period right there is like
injury
when he was injured.
Yeah. Okay.
So just click that out of there even, and then you'll see like some amazing. Like he's so good.
Hold on. Let's see. We go 2023. His miscut percentage goes up, obviously. We click out 2023. His top 5 goes up by 4%.
Miscut's like 6% now. It's like down.
What
almost
does his average
10%.
finish go from? 37. But yeah, miscut 14th down to 6, basically.
And he's got a massive sample size, dude. He's major pedigree has been good all the way back to like wherever you want to go. And it's just making cuts all the time.
If I go to scoring stats, sometimes if I don't have data further back, it won't show. Oh, I only have to 2018.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Look at this jump. 4% miscut. If I add 2014 to it, it jumps up to 14.
Exactly. That's probably like, when was he just showing up kind of thing. So, I mean, look at this, dude. Over his career, he's only missed 4% of major cuts, like in the last 11 years. If you remove 2023 when he was like injured.
Yeah. It's good.
It's good. And those are hard scoring conditions. And we could, but Riv hasn't necessarily been super hard lately, but I like him. I like him a lot.
You know what I could do if I went to this and I take majors out and I go down to winning score to minus 16 to minus 12, minus 10?
Sure.
Take a look at all the tournaments. It doesn't really help.
No.
Numbers don't get better.
But at least the course history does. We know he can play well, yeah.
That's right.
So,
yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Like that.
Do we think Hideki gets tired? That's the only reason I wouldn't play Hideki. Fatigue.
I think look at the slack column. The last 3 times he's played, Jay, he's been solid off the tee. I don't think we can expect that this week. Like, we can expect him to lose a lot. Like, he has not been able to drive the golf ball well at all right now.
No. Have you ever really looked at Matsuyama's setup, like for driver?
Mm-mm.
I'll show you. I'll exaggerate this a little bit. Yeah. When he sets
God, I love this. I love the third hour of the show way more.
When he sets up, I'm looking this way. This is where the ball is going.
Hold on.
Right?
Hold on. Let me get you full screen here for us. We need to make sure that this is visible. Okay.
Green screen, whatever.
Okay.
So when he sets up, he actually, so I'm hitting the ball that way. We're going that way.
Okay.
He will set up like this. He's leaning forward. So the ball is like right here. His hips will be here. And he's set up like this. And then, so when he goes back, it's already here. And then he's forward. Then he goes forward. He's got this weird spine tilt with his hips this way. His right leg is like, it goes out. It's hard to, I can't back up any further than right
and
here.
you also inverted. So.
Oh, yeah. But I'm saying the ball.
I know, but it's hard to
Okay.
picture you as a lefty.
Yeah. So anyways, but it's like, instead of just being set up, going back, he's got his hips forward. It's like this power stance that he's in. And then when he comes, he's just already loaded all the way over here. And then he just unleashes. I don't know why he does that. But yeah, look up.
You think it's got to do with the fact that he had that massive pause at one point?
I don't know. Look up.
He knew he'd be there at some point.
Anybody, if you're interested, just look at the face on. Type this in your Google chats or wherever your search engines and just go Hideki Matsuyama face on.
Okay.
Face on. And look at it from 2025 to 2026. So if you do that, you will see this funky ass setup. And believe it or not, if you go to a PGA Tour and you watch anybody play golf, you will see Spieth and actually even Patrick Cantlay. Patrick Cantlay is loaded like this, so far over here when he's set up. Spieth is like this when he sets up.
Okay.
these golfers have such weird, like, it's so interesting that you can't see it on TV because the camera's at some cockeyed angle. So you're not actually seeing a face on of a golfer doing some weird, funky thing with their golf swing.
Because they're always showing you down the line as well, and you don't see that.
That's true. That's right. You don't see that down the line. But if they also show it from like kind of the side, it's always from like 30 degrees of any direction. So you can't really see these goofy things that people do. Logan goes, that's a pretty good demo of his loaded stance.
There's like no other show that you like gonna get this kind of stuff.
But that's also why I think he's so bad with his driver. Is that's an iron swing setup.
Mm-hmm.
That's so yeah. And I saw some nasty snipes that he hit, just low hooks, smother hooks.
Oh my god.
That happens when you set up like that.
Reverse pivots. So your weight going backwards after you've made connection? Because it's all over here. So then you're like,
if you watch him, that violent finish that he does, I think he has to do that in order to fire through his body. Otherwise, he will go backwards.
Yeah.
So that becomes a huge timing thing.
Which doesn't hurt when you stop at the top of your swing.
Yeah.
Or it does. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know if off the tee is, you can gain a lot at this tournament. And you know what? I'm just going to look it up right now. Can you like,
oh, I'm worried about him losing a lot.
Yeah, I think,
you know, like into the trees all the time.
I think I agree with you. If he's inaccurate, yes, absolutely 100%. And I do believe, yeah, he will become his driver swing is awful. He's not accurate, and that's why he's losing off the tee. His distance is less, I guess. I'm gonna remove Genesis and just look at Hideki. Yeah. So Hideki recently, I don't have these years in. Sorry.
Okay.
304 average distance at WM Phoenix Open. It's not terrible, but like Scotty was averaging 320 or 330 or something like that.
Those fairways were firm too, but he wasn't hitting them in the fairway.
That's right.
That's what happens where after a cactus bush, it's like 305.
And these are also adjusted, so people out there know. Minus 4.81. It's only that bad because of his driving accuracy being terrible. Driving distance, you're not going to lose that much if your accuracy is bad, but his accuracy is terrible. 80%. So 301 at 80% only gets him 1.46 strokes off the tee. Again, that's adjusted. That's because everybody else in the field was hitting it further.
Right.
And probably just as accurate, if not more accurate. So he has not really gained off the tee, but his distances are not bad. Like 284, 283 is pretty bad. This is bad for sure.
Yeah. You never know when he's injured and stuff, but it looks like he's healthy right now, you know, so I'm just concerned, like he's barely gained off the tee at all. And I think that's going to be like even worse this week.
I don't know. I'm okay. I'm okay going back to Hideki as long as his price tag isn't like ridiculous.
What do we think that is?
What's that?
Sorry, I have to keep my door closed so that I don't wake up the baby. And the dog needed to get out.
I didn't remember there being a door to that room when I was there. Obviously, there is one.
There's a door.
I didn't know.
I'll show you. There it is.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about him. I think. What do you think of like Andrew Novak as just someone that you just like play every week?
I don't know what's going on with Novak. He had an injury, didn't he?
He doesn't even know what is going on, man.
But he had an injury. I think he had an injury not too long ago.
Yeah, but he finished well at the Farmers, and then I thought he would play well at the Waste Management, and he didn't. And then started well this week, and then didn't. You know, like I mean, is that a 13th place year last year?
Yep. So that's what that was.
you know, he's the ultimate boom or bust kind of guy.
Yes, he
6th,
is.
11th, 13th, with like horrible finishes everywhere else. Novak Nation, Millie Goats. What's up, my dude? I was not paying it. While I was looking at the screen, I had the comments out of my view. So good to see you in the chat, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
My chat has gone quiet because they've noticed that I've been speaking and not paying attention. So it's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
We love them for that too.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Novak, if he's going to be 62, 6,300, and he's going to be one of those clickables with Scotty.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that,
not a lot of them. I'm not going to get overexposed on him, but like
right,
5 to 10% exposure type situation, maybe.
Agreed. Yeah. And I don't have an issue with that.
Okay. It's a method play, you know, like just wait for him to show up whenever he does type situation.
Right. We're right here with Novak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I clicked in. He had 13th. Okay, we're kind of down. We're pretty much down to the bottom. Danny Berger. Well, first of all, Rory. You gonna play Rory here?
Click his name. He's like very inconsistent, man. Like that's not good.
This is Tiger's event. I feel like he does like these types of events to play well at, but I don't think it really fits his game.
Why? It should. Like it's
because I think you need to shape shots, and he's not good at shaping shots.
Oh, he just hits it a million miles.
If you have to ask him to just hit one shot over and over and over again, he knows how to do that, and he knows how to do it really well. I also think that's why he struggled at the Masters for so long. But obviously he won last year, but like he hits a perfect draw. He knows how to hit a fade. Everyone in the chat, I understand these golfers are good. I understand that. But he's not one that's ever been super good at hitting a fade. And there's going to be some tee shots at this golf course that are going to require him hit both draws and fades.
I agree.
And if you mix up those types of shot shapes, some golfers, and I'll say this, hitting a draw. Well, now I'm thinking about Patrick Cantlay. Patrick Cantlay hits draws, and this is a perfect golf course for him.
Yeah, but Cantlay's like way more in control of his golf ball than Rory.
Yeah, he hits a more controlled golf swing where Rory just smashes it.
Yeah, but also Rory's problem here is just like a spike, like disaster situation in the short game departments. Like look at these last couple of situations here. Putted in 2020, that was 2025 at Torrey, whatever. But then around the green in 2024, lost 4 strokes. Then in 23, lost 5 strokes putting. Then the
negative.
That, yeah.
The only year he was kind of, or these 2 years were positive. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know? And he was 9,700 in 2022. And he had that, you know, like every time he's come in with like high price, it's been a disaster to some degree.
Yep. I'm right there with
lately.
you.
Which now is that going to continue to happen or does he made a triple on a drivable par 4 this week?
To me, that's like, I don't know what that's like rust. That's like a rust type of thing, and that's his first PGA Tour event. And I understand he's been playing before this on the DP World Tour, but not against Scotty Scheffler. You know, like
sure. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it yet, man. It's going to be
he's
interesting.
A short guy, and he also is a mental midget. Like he's short on both ends.
Facts. Jackson Suba is not in this field. Wheels Up. It's a signature event, my buddy.
I think you just mentioned that because he wants to play Jackson Suba.
I know him wanting to do his thing. We don't know what's Bobby Mack. One. I think we've scrolled.
Oh God, Mav McNeely. Okay, I got rid of 2025, and Mav McNeely actually moved from being the best to being somewhere here.
Significant, yeah.
Mav McNeely. It's the only guy I think we haven't talked about.
Click it. Let's see. Interesting. He's, in my data, he's a top 5 spike artist, but none of that has happened this year. He's shown up in 2026 and he's just like finishing between 30th and 10th nonstop.
And he plays Tory pretty decently.
Yeah, he does.
I'm not saying
He's
that's
strong. He's
a
like
really
powerful
good
now
comp,
as a driver
but-
of the ball.
Oh, what's up, Sia? Sia Najad's in the chat.
Super and Labiota. Wow, that's a
Some
combination.
Sort of playoff, I bet.
A playoff in the basement of the Riviera Country Club kitchen of card games.
And you know what? Actually, the last golfer, Cam Young.
I mean, this is his home ground, but also go back to, let's check what he's got up to this year, because it's been bad for him, man. He's shown up in nothing. I don't know if he's had a top 10 yet. It wasn't this week. Did not have a top 10 year.
Nope.
Yeah, not good. So Cam Young here. Jesus, I'm scrolling. Yeah, he's all the way in 55th by hanging out with Keith Mitchell and Chris Kirk.
What are you looking at on your end?
At Pebble. So for Cam Young. So like add that to the 41st at the Waste Management, where he's played well before as well. Like, what is he? What is
he bled strokes? Is he one of those that doesn't play well in the wind? Also, Cam Young.
He does not play well in the rain. I'm very certain of that, because he melts, and he's so vicious. I don't know if that helps. Like, he completely imploded.
When you have a pause like that, when it gets really windy, it's very difficult to maintain your angles. Literally, I remember playing right by Lake Superior in Duluth, Minnesota, and it was 40-mile-an-hour winds. Me and some friends went out there just to try it. My swing isn't that slow, but it will blow you out of your stance, out of your posture. So him pausing like that, I can't imagine it's any good in the wind.
No. So I don't know. And it's been with the putter that he's been getting it done mostly. He at one point, like, go back to Cam stuff for.
Will you also pull up data golf for Cam Young? I want to see what his stats look like for Pebble for round 4 and
sure.
More specifically. But what did you want to look at here?
Just like I guess this doesn't have strokes gained with the putter, but like usually the putter is like the guy that's been like super consistent for him. It was like his floor. He was just gaining like 4 or 5 strokes around a tournament putting was Cam. So it's not shown up this year, I don't think. Let me pull up Pebble for us and take a look at Cam Young, because it's a concern, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Oopsie. Oh God. Okay.
You're doing good.
7 4 5 3 3 4 2. Not good. That's not good there.
So round 4 was pretty much break even.
No, this upstairs.
Oh, I'm looking at tournament stats. Sorry,
this is tournament long. Like, look at this box, and in here, this is like where you want to be looking at.
All right,
again,
so total minus 2 strokes, not great.
Not good in round 3. Round 4, lost a stroke as well, and like fractionalized his way there.
Yeah,
didn't do anything. He was just like
meh,
kind of bad at everything.
Yeah, meh. He's a meh.
Meh. That was meh. Holy cow!
Whoa! What happened there? Hold on, I need to look at something on my end.
Okay, not good. I mean, it's just like monstrous blow up holes with the irons. Found it in round 1. Gained 2.3 in round 1. Lost with the putter. So everything that should be going.
What was that, round 2 where he had that big blow up?
Round 2. Yeah, he lost 4.3 strokes on approach in round 2.
Was that on 18?
18.
18 was the bad one.
Yeah, he must have hit it in the ocean.
He hit it into a tree.
Okay, in the ocean.
It said shot 2 in just into the right rough, and then there was a penalty, and then he had a drop in the right fairway. Then he hit into a bunker. So like those are gonna the penalty is awful on its own, but then the bunker is also going to penalize him more so than hitting into the rough. So yeah, not great. And that was from, by the way, this is what makes it kind of unfair. That's from 250 out. So his approach got really hurt from 250 yards out. Like, okay, not that big of a deal to me.
What, did he hit into the bunker?
Well, he hit it into a tree, it looks like, and then he had to drop because he couldn't find his ball, and then he hit into a bunker after that.
Oh my God.
Sorry, here's 18. Right here. Here's 18.
Oh my God.
So if I do the play-by-play, it says 248 to right rough. Penalty. Drop in the right fairway. So I don't know what happened. He must, and it shows it's right at this tree. I can't zoom in any further than
Did
this.
he hit it into the tree? Is it stuck in the tree?
It must have. That's
or
what
did it have like up against the? But then you can just take an unplayable from there.
It depends.
If it was stuck in the tree.
So an unplayable, you only get a club length, or you get 2 clubs. No, an unplayable is
whatever.
A free drop is 1 club. A penalty drop is 2 clubs. So you would get 2 club lengths. He should have been able to get away from the roots.
So maybe
of
it was
tree.
in the tree and it wasn't found. It was unlocatable.
If you exactly. If you know your ball is in the tree, but you can't find the golf ball and you can't identify it, it's a lost ball, and you have to go back. Yeah,
and you go and drop in the fairway,
even if you know it's in the tree and everybody else knows it's in the tree.
That happened with Up on Spyglass. He drilled it into the tree, and then he was like maneuvering the Tyreek Hilling it like with the camera there.
I've tried to knock a tree down to get my golf ball out of a tree. Other golf balls came down, not mine.
You needed me. I would have got it down for you.
Yeah. So anyways, that's, and then the rest of his, can you go back to the data golf on your side? I want to see, was there any other holes that were just really, really bad?
Okay. Starting
here,
in round
you're
one.
on it. You're on it. You're on,
just on
round 2.
Round 2.
So minus 0.53 on 17. Yeah, he hit a bunker. He did not hit the green, so that was bad for sure.
16 must have missed the green with the wedge.
He was short in the fairway, so he just barely missed the green. So he could have been positive there or just break even. 14's another one. That was a par 5. He hit his first shot to the fairway. Hit his second shot short, so he must have chunked it, or he couldn't go. Oh, that's 14. 14's hard to go into.
Yeah.
So he laid up, and then from his layup spot, he just hit it barely over the green. This reminds me of the nuances of Strokesian stats that video I created. So he could have gained there, could have if he would have hit the green, like if he would have went 4 yards or 4 feet closer. 12. Okay, so these are all missed greens for sure. Yeah. 12, he hit the bunker. 11, he was just short. So that's another one. 9.
Oh my God. He hit 8 greens on the front and then 2 on the back.
I will say this. Some of these holes that I'm looking at, he'd missed the green by a total of maybe 12 feet.
Okay.
Like that's it.
Okay.
So, but that's how Strokesian stats work. So his approach stat looks really bad. And don't get me wrong, those were bad shots.
Yes. Yeah. From where
other people are hitting the green. His colleagues are hitting the green and he's not.
And he's not.
Yeah.
That is so bad though. And also looking at it, like on that back nine, not a single drive was over 297. Like not a good place for him. But caramba, man. Do you think he's gonna fire up again this week?
I think it's that pedigree talk that we've been talking, like Anthony Kim, Colin Morikawa. Obviously, Cam Young has pedigree. Like he plays well enough. He's won. Yeah, if the odds are great, why not? And it's Riv. Riv doesn't get super windy. It has in the past, but not like Pebble Beach windy.
Yeah,
like bad winds at Riv are going to be like 20, anywhere between 18 to 24. Though that's where that golf course gets really tough, but anything less than 18, it's going to be okay for Cam Young. He's going to be fine.
Yeah. We'll see, man.
I
think we did a good job digging deep into some guys. So our sneaky options, Tom Hoagie.
Do we want to do our payoffs? Do a payoff?
Let's go back to that. What did we decide for our sneaky guys?
So how do you want to look at this? You want to do it by odds, or do we want to do it by DraftKings price? Like, because we're going to have to project price, and you're going to have to. You already have the odds on your side.
Yeah, so. I've got the odds on my side. Okay.
Actually, I'll go.
I gotta go and find it again now. Here we go. Okay. So let's go to the bottom here. Like we kind of fancy Harris English at 30.71.
Oh yeah, big time.
These are not guys we're looking to bet. These are like guys that we're kind of translating to DFS this week / might bet as well.
Actually, doing it from an odds board is perfect. If I had the OWGR sorted by OWGR, I could have done it that way. But anyways, go on.
This is basically the salary column in a weird way.
Yep, it is. You're right.
Adam Scott, I'm out on. Like, we just saw that, right? Like, I'm going to wait for that. He's plus 290 for a top 10. That is bananas, actually.
Yeah, it is gross.
So that top 40 market's, top 30 market's going to be tricky, but it is what it is. Okay. South of 40-1. Justin Rose just immediately just gets jammed into the 40s right away. Right next to Adam Scott. Like, those two should not be. What are they doing at the same odds? Just that's course history, literally.
Same player. They're the same player.
One's just third in the world, and the other's like trying to make it into majors.
Yes,
still.
Sure. But they're
same price.
They're the same, almost the same age, almost the same golf swing, almost the same game. Just one guy's performing better than the other.
Like significantly better.
But yeah, sure.
Like significantly better. Adam Scott doesn't even know what a top 5 feels like anymore. It's like
that's right.
He did that like back in his 40s. He's now in his 50s.
Hey, actually, let me touch up on Adam Scott real quick. He when he came and played the Sony Open, that guy was hitting it to 8 feet regularly and then missing the putts. So I get that. I understand the missing the putts, but give me that approach. Like,
yeah, sure. Pearson Coody is someone that I think has been playing. He had like a triple and multiple doubles this week.
Pearson Coody is last year's Ben Griffin. He's this year's Ben Griffin.
Oh, I like
and
that.
I'm all for it because I was all about Ben Griffin last year, the hottest golfer not named Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go to 6,100, 61-1 and down. Who on this screen are you clicking first, like in DFS?
Oh man, in DFS, if Bridgman isn't too, if he's not gonna get, if he doesn't get a huge bump, it's probably Bridgman.
Okay.
But I feel like DraftKings is gonna overcorrect, and I'm not gonna like that at all. You know what? I feel like where his price is gonna be, it's good. I'm gonna go out on a ledge here and go with JT Poston.
Ooh, okay.
Because I anticipate his price tag is going to be like $6,700, $6,800, $6,900, and I'm looking at it from a DraftKings perspective. Max Homa is going to be overhyped. Don't like him. Noren is also a little bit overhyped. He should be better than what he is, but for whatever reason, he just sucks. Yeah. Wyndham Clark, nope. Ooh, Rogers.
Need a draw.
Shit, Patrick Rogers.
There we go. I think so.
I must have. I did miss his name, so maybe it's Rogers.
Yeah. He's sneaky. And then there's Sahith down here.
How do you feel about Rio this next week? Think he can keep it up?
I think so, dude, because this week it was all about the putting that he got ahead. He's not a good. I faded him because he's not a good wedge player. Really, like we are splitting hairs. This golf course is perfect for him. He's like a stellar long iron player, man, and he's playing fantastic this year.
Yeah,
almost won Tory. Like
I mean, last year he was just always in the 6K range, and I was hitting my Hadouken button all the time with the assassin.
Oh. Yes. Let's go. I'm in.
You know what's really disappointing? Grazerman. I'm thinking about best ball.
Oh,
like at the beginning of the year, I was so excited about Grazerman. What the hell happened to that guy?
You want to know what's even worse is Gary Higo.
I wasn't that big on.
I was all in on Higo. Not good. And then we can keep scrolling to find my guy Billy Horschel. Is he not even down here somewhere? I don't know. Tony Finau's odds are like not available, which is very interesting.
Yeah, Billy Ho was supposed to be my Justin Rose from last year in the Pebble Beach, and he just had a bad round one, and then he was okay the rest of it, but not good enough to get inside.
I think he's starting to find his groove, which is fine.
Hey, I might actually be interested in Marco Penge. I have not been interested in Marco Penge at all during this entire season. Everybody else wants to get their excitement, whatever, but I've never been interested until right now. Reminds me a little bit of Thomas Peters when Thomas Peters came and played this back in 2017 and he finished 4th. I feel like this is a great tournament for Euros. I'm not a big proponent in that kind of thing. I don't really care about, you're a Euro, you're going to play well at it, whatever. But I feel like this golf course and Penge's game kind of go. I mean, I don't know about like how well he shapes the ball, but I think everyone's going to sleep on him. I think he's going to be a great play at $6,500 this week.
Okay. I'm going to pretend like I haven't been absolutely ravaged by my exposure to him so far this year and get on him again this week. But
this is one of those moments where I've heard all of you guys talk about Penge, so excited about him. And I'm like, as soon as you guys start getting soured by him, that's when I swoop in and take him from underneath your,
The sour swoopy.
Yep.
What about Aldrich? I'm going to be betting him at 500 to 1 here, just because he's going to be min price. And this Pebble Beach is like taking the Hulk and shoving him into a hamster cage. It's when he's not powered up, and then he powers up, and then he's just
think of muscle hamsters. That used to be like a cartoon.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Now we get the muscle hamster onto luck. Yeah, this is where you want Aldrich, baby. And by the way, Kikuyu grass. Remember, this is he almost won the Nedbank in South Africa, which is Kikuyu grass.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. I don't.
The Nedbank is Kikuyu. Yeah, most grasses in the Highveld in South Africa are Kikuyu.
Okay,
I think.
Good to know, man. Good to know. That's a good little bit of information there.
So Aldrich is going to be ridiculously. I mean, 50 to 1. I'm going to be betting him all the way home. 52 to 1 for a top 5. Let's go. Yeah. So those are the guys. Darbo, I love how I say, hey, are you cool to do another 15 minutes? 1 hour later, we wrap it up. But this was probably my favorite show of the year so far.
I'm enjoying it immensely.
The Anthony Kim stuff was fun.
Hell yeah.
And we kind of put the research on the back burner, the preview side, and then we just doubled the show with it. So we gave you guys what you wanted. So the chat was being amazing. The hard part about doing a show with a co-host is reading the chat, because you are focusing on each other, and we don't want to ignore you guys much, but we're trying to provide you with a very organic conversation. And if we keep pulling the chat up, it's pretty tough sometimes. So
can be.
We appreciate you guys being in here. We want your comments, and we do pull them up. But if we have ignored one or two, apologies. It's like Darbo said, you black out sometimes when you're on the show. Your brain's like in overdrive.
Right.
I'll have Fantasy Golf Degenerates coming out tomorrow night. I'll have Back 9 Bets 3 Eastern on Tuesdays now. Starting to cruise at that time slot quite nicely, all on Mayo Media. Be dropping all my bets and stuff in there for us in the Model Maniac Patreon as well. Check all that stuff out. Darbo, what's cooking with you this week?
So I'm going to Vegas this week. I will be there Wednesday morning. I'm leaving Wednesday morning. So for me, and I'll say this on my Tuesday live stream, I will not be going live Wednesday for the YouTube members. So you guys know, there might be I might change it up. I might actually stream tomorrow night for members, but I won't have everything, like I usually do marquee tea times and stuff like that. I won't have all that stuff for you guys. And Tuesday is kind of iffy. I might move up that stream. So that stream might be to like 5 p.m. because I've got a buddy that's coming here. We're leaving from here, going to the airport early that morning. So I'm not going to have a lot of time. Let's just put it that way. So anyways, we'll see. I'm going to piece it together. But Tuesday, just check the YouTube. Subscribe, hit the notification bell to know when I go live. I usually try to put in when my stream is going to happen, at least an hour before the stream happens. So
okay.
I don't know. This week is a little bit up in the air, Byron. So for everyone that's listening, I'm sorry I can't really provide a detailed like plan. I just know no Wednesday stream. Tuesday there will be a stream. It's probably going to be early. It's going to be like 5 p.m. most likely. So
make sure you have that notification bell.
Yeah.
Clicked for that. Sweet Spot DFS on YouTube.
NX.
I have 600 subscribers on Back 9 Bets, people. So thank you so much. That's quite nice. We've gone from 5 to 6 this year, which is fantastic. We really appreciate you guys. I'm going to try and start doing more stuff on here daily, but
yeah, those subscribe to me, go subscribe to him if you haven't yet.
Yeah, subscribe to this guy. This guy. This guy. All right, people. I'm not sure that's my neighbor. She's like Pentecostal or something. Anyway, let's have a fantastic week at the Genesis Invitational, friends. We really appreciate you all for tuning in. It's going to be a fun one.
Hell yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Yep.
Catch you later, Darbo.
You too, man.